Hi chat, welcome to stream. Hello, we are on subathon day 2. I'm surprised that we're here, but I am very excited regardless. So I know a lot of us may be new to this one, so I'm gonna pull up I'm probably just gonna do this every time we have one of these like subathon streams, but this is our incentive board. So at 10 subs, we get a live hand cam drawing stream. At 20 subs, we get a chat made bleat. 30, we get a Jackbox stream with chat, very fun. 40, I try a Hades speedrun for the first time. At 50 subs, we get a Discord movie night in my server, which you can look at by hitting !Discord in the chat. 70 subs, we get karaoke with me. 90 subs, we get a cooking stream, very exciting. At 100 subs, I eat spicy ramen and we have a hear me out tier list. At 150, you guys get to make a VTuber with me, very exciting. At 200, we get a guilty as socks session with you guys. At 250, you guys get to make my VTuber outfit. And at 300, we get VTuber Jeopardy, where I make the board and it's fun. And for your incentives, if there's at least one gifted sub from one of you, you get a Discord exclusive role in the server, right? At 5 gifted, you get an entry into an emo raffle. And if you give 10, you not only get an entry into the emo raffle, you also get an entry into a VideoTube model raffle, so PNG Tuber. And you also get the Discord role. So all very exciting stuff. I will say we are 2 away from getting the live hand cam drawing stream. So that's very fun. I'm very surprised in a fantastic way. So today it's just gonna be us looking at stupid videos because I want to. Just because, that's pretty much gonna be the stream. And because I'm trying to relax. So this is one of the videos we're gonna be looking at. So it's gonna be how a new AI art method managed to trick over 100,000 people from Mujin. So when this goes up on YouTube, I'm gonna do my best to link all the videos that we're looking at here in the description. I do have the videos that we're gonna watch in a big playlist sort of thing on the side. I don't know how many of these we're going to get through, but I grabbed a couple just in case. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get started. I've never heard of this at all. I'm going to probably do it to like there. I've never heard of this at all. So this is pretty much just like new baby shit. So let's just see.
Look, let's face it. AI has become a thorn in the butt for just about anyone who doesn't look like a human reptile. And you don't really have to research too long to find out why. Just look at what's been happening recently. RAM prices have absolutely skyrocketed to never before seen levels because of AI data centers buying them all up. And just as people were starting to delay their plans of upgrading their PC because of this, AI targeted a new victim. SSDs are now rising in value very quickly and could double and even triple within the next few months because of them. This is not looking good. But while PC builders are finally starting to see the negative impact of what AI can do to them, there's a particular set of people who've been having to deal with AI for years now. And of course, I'm referring to none other than artists. I mean, things have gotten so bad that, just as an example, a Japanese game studio recently started making applicants draw in front of them during interviews to prove that they're not using generative AI. Yes, that's how good it's gotten. Take a look at this drawing. It looks absolutely stunning, right? What about this one? I mean, damn! Everything from the eyes to the facial expression to the outfit. It would have normally taken a lot of talent to be able to draw something like this, except in both of these cases, no one actually drew them. It was AI generating an image. That's just how worryingly good it's gotten. However, when it comes to these 2 drawings that I showed you, the accounts that posted them very clearly say that they're using AI. There's no problem there. But unfortunately, not everyone is like that. In fact, many people try to make it seem like they were the ones who drew it. Some are so shameless that they go as far as charging people money to draw them sketches. In reality, there's absolutely no drawing involved. People are paying for someone to draw something for them and are just getting something that was generated in an AI for free. Now, usually, these people can be easily caught by simply asking for a PSD file. This allows you to see the different layers used for drawing and can pretty much expose an AI user very quickly. However, recently, it hasn't been so easy. There's a new breed of people using AI to pass it off as their own drawings, and they have become a real real problem. Those people are tracers. What they
Oh.
do is generate an AI drawing, but instead of just ending it there, they take it a step further by drawing on top of it. This allows them to make these time lapses that makes it seem like they're legitimate, like they're actually drawing what they're presenting. Now, to the average person that doesn't draw, this seems normal, and this would calm any doubts they might have. For experienced artists, though, they understand that drawing is a very messy process initially. There's no such thing as just drawing perfect lines and calling it there. This is why it's been so much harder to prove if someone's actually using AI, and it's been getting to a point where some people are able to slip through the cracks long enough to garner a huge following.
And plus, it's like, this is the thing, right? I'm gonna go into, like, my own kind of tiny tangent. It is, in a way, correct that it's like, oh, there's no such thing as, like, a perfect sketch. Like, it's very rough. It's very jagged. I even show off some of my own sketches. I think when we did the last, like, kind of sketchbook video, I even showed, like, what my sketches look like for my commissions. And that's how they always start, right? Like, it's just this, like, shitty ass, like, the lines are connected. It's not clean. It's not meant to be clean. You know? And exactly like the thing is, like, there's no, like, there's no guidelines here at all being used, you know, and if there are, they don't fucking exist. Right? So it's just like, that to me says right away, hey, this is probably some AI shit. What do you mean? You know?
Some people are able to slip through the cracks long enough to garner a huge following. For this video, of course, we're talking about none other than Asami Arts, someone who has garnered almost 100,000 followers on their page that they barely made a year and a half ago. Managing to build a big, loyal audience. Now, seeking to expose someone like this is no small feat, but Teru, an experienced artist, went above and beyond to show everyone that Asami was tracing AI. They were not legitimate, even though they were charging money for commissions. On December 1st, 2025, they would post, Asami Arts is tracing AI. This is an account with nearly 100,000 followers who has been taking dozens of commissions through VGen. Here is the evidence.
Okay.
And my God, does this document...
How many tabs is that? Hold on. Let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 different fucking tabs. You guys need to understand, like, that's for fucking... Google Docs get fucking long, okay? Especially for expose Google Docs. This is fucking insane. What do we count? 26 tabs? That's fucking nuts, bro. What the hell? My God.
Proof. It goes deep into the most minute details imaginable while presenting everything in such an amazing way. I almost shed a tear by how well this document was formatted, especially after the awful last few we've looked at. And seeing how AI unfortunately doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, this means that issues like this will keep happening on an even greater level, so it's important for us to understand what to look for and why this is such a big deal. This is why I figured that we had to talk about it, but also because later on we would get one hell of a twist.
No way.
The artist being accused would end up posting a very convincing looking time-lapse that proves their innocence. And as many people were starting to think that the person who wrote the document only did so out of jealousy, a day later, this same time-lapse would get community noticed.
Stop.
This really isn't your typical artist drama, okay? There's a lot of ups and downs here. It's one hell of a roller coaster, so strap in. You're gonna need it. Let's do this. Alright, so first things first, for you to really understand the gravity of the situation, we need to talk about what VGen is. It's a platform that was made by artists for artists. It has become very popular over the last few years, and it essentially allows you to have some...
God, that's fucked up seeing this now. Like, no generative AI, bro. This shit somehow slipped through the fucking cracks. Now, he's probably gonna explain how that is. But it's like... there's a little bit of baffledness that I have right now, because I use VGen. Like, anybody who's, like, checked out my commissions tab or has ever commissioned me before know that I mostly work using VGen, right? And a lot of the reason for that was because everybody that I knew who was an artist heavily recommended it. oh, there's nobody in there uses AI. Like it's perfect, right? Like it's so good. You have to try it, Creme. Okay. So then I make an account, and it's been fine. I haven't had too many bad experiences with it. The problem now. Oh, I'm sorry. My my little best friend, my little Pookie dog, is over here being so silly. He's so cute. What's I saying? Oh yeah. The problem is the fact that this artist who like is using AI seemingly without being fucking caught. The fact that this person who was using AI managed to slip through the cracks is kind of fucking scary. Because like, what does that mean for the rest of us, bro? Like that just means that anybody can fucking get in, bro. That's crazy.
Some sort of an open marketplace for artists. It initially started out as very popular within the VTuber community for models and whatnot, but now has everything from music to writing to physical goods. The advantage it gives to a client is the fact that they can come here and commission someone they know is verified by the website, someone legitimate. For the artists, on the other hand, this gives them way more protections than a website like PayPal does, while also giving them a very handy dashboard to keep track of multiple commissions. One of the things that make it appealing to commission someone on this website is the fact that it's a closed community. Not anyone can just create an account and make themselves an artist. No, they have to have an invite code. There are 6 different ways to get a code, and none of them are easy. Additionally, even after you get a code, you only get verified on the platform after completing a very specific set of criteria. You have to have 10 followers, make $100 in the last 30 days, get 3 reviews from different clients, and the review rating has to be above 4.6 out of 5. Once that happens, your profile gets reviewed by an actual human being, which means if you have the verified badge, VGen personally took the time to review your profile. One of the things human reviewers look for is the fact that you're actually drawing your own art. You're not using AI. And that's to be expected. One of the first things you see when you go to VGen's website is the sentence, "All human artists welcome." That's because VGen's stance on AI is pretty much what every artist's stance is. They'll only accept it if it's 100% opt-in, which means they can give their consent for their art to be used to train models, all while giving credit to people contributing to AI models and giving them royalties because it's their art and they deserve to get paid for it. AI currently doesn't do any of these things. They just took art without anyone's consent and used it for their models without crediting anyone or giving them any compensation. And while this all sounds wonderful on paper, even having a human reviewing your profile for AI, reality is kind of a different story. There have been many AI tracers that have made it through the cracks of VGen's verification.
Stop!
Team,
it's not. Wait.
One of those people is
that just Asami?
none other than Asami.
When did this happen?
They joined Twitter in August 2024, and their whole point has been to present art in a more parasocial form. You see,
like, listen, this is news to me. If this is more than just Asami, dude, I'm gonna crash. I swear to God.
The whole point here is that Asami is the owner of this profile and is posting suggestive arts of herself. Most of these pictures will also have captions, and those too will be suggestive. Asami was able to garner one hell of a community fairly quickly with a very high engagement rate. For example, this post with the caption, "Do you think it suits her?" in which we can see the character Asami wearing some fairly revealing clothing, has hundreds of thousands of views and over 26,000 likes.
That's so many saves.
Any artist's dream, right? To post something like this on their profile and receive this much engagement.
Right.
Here was Asami posting art almost daily, always getting a whole lot
almost
of
daily.
And so they wasted no time whatsoever, opening up commissions and charging $120 for half body and up to $150 for full body.
Damn. For that? Fuck. Okay. Let's look at this way, okay? If we're going over the basis like we don't already know that Asami traces, uses AI. Some of this art looks pretty, I mean, I don't like to feed shit, but like, some of this shit looks like pretty alright. 150 to 120? I don't know. Like, it's okay. It's hard for me to like put a price on this specifically just because it's like you have to look at it as like, is the product worth the price? It's kind of like, what's it going to go get a bottle of shampoo and then comparing it by brand, right? Or by, the products in it that is used, like the ingredients, is this one bottle of shampoo worth $30 if it makes my hair frizz up it makes it dry. Fuck no. Obviously for art it's different. I mean, 150? This shit better, like, fix my marriage. Oh, thank you for the check-in, baby. I love you. Yeah, this art better fix my goddamn marriage. Like, what do you mean?
Opening up a VGen and getting a verified badge. But that's not all. Asami would also have a fan box in which they posted some... I mean, this at this point...
That's just porn! Oh, too much. I'm so sorry. I honestly don't know what to say about this. Just looking at it. What do you mean? A fan box? What the fuck is fan box? Hello, Dad. Oh, hi, Dumpster Castle. Hi. I meant to come back with the milk a while ago, but you know, things happen. Sport. You still want to go play football? Hi, Rizel. Thank you for the check for the daily. See, I want to be able to have it where it like. I don't know if, you guys have probably seen it in other people's streams where it's like, oh, this person redeemed this many. This person donated a shortcake. Like they have donated X amount. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be able to do that. I just don't know fucking how. I need a tutorial on that. But anyway, yeah, no, I came back. I'm back with the milk. Took a long time to get there. There were some complications, but it's fine. We ball. And in case you're just coming in, we're learning. What is this stream? Okay, so we are. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, babe. Whoa. We are now one. I think we're about like one away now from being able to, because I'm basing it on my like the sub points and shit. That's what I'm basing it on. All I see is horny. Okay, so for context, this is a Twitter artist. Apparently, so apparently they're using AI for their art. I think this is just going through some of the stuff that they would put out, right? And some of which it does happen to be horny bait, you know. And again, I am no better than a man. If you need to make your bank, dude, I love this shit. I'm such a fucking G-Smosa, it's not even funny. Here's my thing. Make your bank however you want to make your bank, as long as you're not hurting anybody or being weird about it and shit. You know, go make your bank however you want. But like, the fact that you're using AI, right? And you're fucking able to get on VGen, which is very heavily like anti-AI. Horny sells, even to me, I'm no better than anyone. Dude, I have considered commissioning people for NSFW pieces, and I've made some of my own, some of which will never see the light of day, because I don't think I'm ready yet for that. But, I mean, I have gone through some NSFW commissions before, right? Like, that shit sells. If you're able to draw that shit and you're able to do it well, you will make bank. Like, why do you think, like, furry artists make so much goddamn money? Because, like, listen, I want that fucking money. I want to have the fucking money that people in the furry community have for fucking commissions and for fursuits. Like, hey, I can kind of draw furries. I can send you my portfolio, please. We gotta move on.
Anymore. It was just straight up NSFW drawings. The lowest tier to access these NSFW drawings was around $4 a month, with the highest one being $13 a month.
Damn.
Judging by the likes and comments, they made a pretty penny. I mean, of course they did. They had found the most profitable way to make money on the internet, being parasocial.
I want to be a tutor. What do you mean? What the fuck? Wait. What do you mean, Dumpster Castle? What are you talking about? Thank you for the follow, but like, what do you mean by that? Oh my god, my dog is being, or not my dog, but like, the one that I am babysitting, she's being silly. Is that a real question? Yes? Question mark? Yes, kind of. It's just a lot of concern.
I don't like this one. I don't like other people touching her.
Huh?
Asami replied with, sorry, I actually meant to draw this as you. No one touches her, jealous boy. Don't worry. That person would then reply with, okay, then it's fine.
Oh my god. This is what they fucking made by parasocial shit. This is the YN. shit. Which uh I will answer. I'm constantly advertised to. All that matters is my data. I am a product, but I am human. I am cringe, but I am free. Basically. Fucking like, okay. Now I kind of get the marketing for Asami's stuff, right? Because listen, we already do this like YN shit all the fucking time. Like back in my day, this kind of YN shit, drawing yourself with other fucking characters and shit that you like, that shit was cringe. You were sent to the fucking shadow realm for that shit. You were not allowed to do that, right? But I think because it started to become like more widely accepted and not seen as cringe. Now you have people like Asami who are like, yeah, no, like this is my character, and you totally are dating her, and you know it's basically just like, oh, POV, you're on your like 37th date with Asami-chan, part 31. Like, come on, man. Like again, this shit sells. This shit makes bank. But it only makes me fucking concerned for some of the people consuming this shit who are like not mentally well and see this shit as like reality, bro. Like that's just concerning. I would draw myself kidding. Free rent. Free rent. I can't. Okay. I'm also not messing with. Like, listen, some of this shit I can't even complain about because I mean I literally have Leland Coyle as a body pillow next to me right now, and I want that man to do so many things to me. But again, you know, there's a line between, oh yeah, I like this character, I would let him do to me, haha, silly, and then actually believing that this is some real shit, and you're kind of getting too emotionally invested, and then you have shit like this on Twitter. Like, there is a fine line that you fucking cross, dude. Like, come on, man. Anyway, we gotta move on.
We get here. In any case, this all leads us to Teru,
Hi,
an
Teru.
actual artist that doesn't use AI that noticed Asami on their feed.
Hi,
You see,
Teru.
for the average person, Asami's drawings looked legitimate. There was nothing fishy about them.
Yeah.
But for an experienced artist, someone who actually draws almost every day and knows what it takes to make something, Asami was definitely getting very fishy. There's a lot of fishy artists out there. For Teru, though, the reason why they didn't just block Asami and move on is because they noticed they were charging a minimum of $120 for just a simple sketch commission.
Damn.
Simply Teru quote tweeting one of the time lapses that Asami had posted to prove they weren't using AI, all while saying, "Love it when people who trace AI post time lapses to prove that they are definitely not tracing, but then it looks exactly like someone who is tracing."
Bruh.
This was back in October 8th, 2025. On November 25, 2025, Teru would quote tweet what we just saw, where they were calling out Asami Arts, and say, "Since it's been over a month and VGen did nothing about any of the multiple AI accounts I reported, I really have no choice but to warn people on Twitter instead. I'm not sure what other evidence they want you to submit to take action on AI tracers in their platform."
Oh, fuck. Okay. Fucking, I worry about the homogenization of art because of AI. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? It's like, okay, so we need to, in order to kind of explain my agreement with that mindset, we need to look at what homogenization means. In simplicity, it's pretty much just everything looking the same, right? It happens in anime with same face syndrome, and happens in the VTuber community with different creators who look pretty similar, right? And it happens in art too. You can have two art styles that look incredibly similar but are fundamentally different, right? I mean, it has its place. It was nice for making posters for events when I was in the military. And see, that's the thing, right? There could be practical use for AI, right? I think like PewDiePie made a video where like he was using AI to like for like I think it was like research into some kind of protein or some shit. And he was doing it with a group of people. And I'm like, cool, that's great. But then you have people who using AI to make art, pass it off as their own, and then also say some shit like, well, fucking it's better than actual art. This shit better than actual art. This shit gas. You know. That's where I feel like we start to have a problem, right? Like the any hope that AI could be used for like actual beneficial shit. Like, exactly, it's not better. See, you get it. Exactly, it's not better. It's just an algorithm. Right? Exactly. And again, you know, it's like any hope that AI could actually be used for something helpful, that's something beneficial, like it just goes out the window when you have people like that on fucking Twitter or on Blue Sky or other social media saying some bullshit like, oh, well, it's better. It's like, this is an algorithm, but we have ours like you putting actual time. Exactly! Like, I make my own fucking models. Like, a lot of them I, like, don't have here because I need to make room. Like, so that way my system doesn't crash. But, like, this is another model that I made. Very old model, but very new. You know? And then any other models that I have been fucking commissioned by other artists. Like, this one was made by Squeaks the Corgay. This one was made by my other friend, Shark. This one was made by my friend Robin. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, the people that try to pass it off on their own are people like me, people with no artistic capability. Exactly. And that's the fucking problem with it, right? Like, I feel like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, the PS1 model. The PS1 model is great. I love that one. I haven't used that one in a long while because of previous shit. But to be honest, it's like, it's just a nice model. But besides the point. Big point being, right? It's very hard for people like me to, like, have any sort of, like, credibility with this shit when you have people like AI artists who are trying to pass off their shit. I can't draw, believe me, I tried. I'm more electronically minded. And that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, everyone works differently. Exactly. You know, and again, it's like, I feel like there's a point where, like, anybody can draw something, right? Even something like as simple as a stick figure or a circle is a drawing. That is you drawing something, you know? And with enough, you know, repetitivity and practice and studying, I just mentioned pros. No, no you, no you, hee hee, no you. But was saying, oh yeah, it's like anything like that could be an artist. You could post like a stick figure out there and be like, hey, I drew this, and that would be fine. But some people, I feel like part of it really is like an inferiority thing, right? Because you see these artists who are out here getting all these fucking views, and you see them, like, you know, getting all this praise and recognition, and you want that, but instead of putting in the work, you want to do some AI shit. Like, alright, bro. Like, you couldn't, like, alright. No, you nerd. No, you nerd. Okay. But yeah, that's just my basic kind of, like, if you want to know my stance on AI, it could be useful for actual beneficial shit, like for, you know, health and shit. But, like, using it for art and shit like that, and then passing it off as your own, and even accepting money for that shit, cringe. Bad. No. You know? Bro, just admit you're a lip dick and either take classes or give up. That should be a fucking... that should be the quote for the stream. That should be the quote for the stream. Admit that you're a lip dick and either take classes or give up. Cringe. Pathetic cringe. Yeah, fucking.
Is it okay just because it's not fully AI but just traced over AI?
Right.
Because in one case, it was traced not from AI, but another artist, as I recognized the artwork it was traced from immediately.
Oh?
Or was it because the art they traced was not a commission delivered through VGen? So Teru was obviously perplexed.
Quote is all yours.
How is it that VGen is anti-AI while their reports against
people
who actually are using AI are doing nothing? And it's not like Teru was someone random. Back in August 20th, 2025, they had posted a Google Doc about the artist Misui, who also had another account by the name of Phone. They had very viral art and were growing at a ridiculous pace. But this document had essentially killed any shred of reputation they might have built overnight, providing an incredible amount of proof.
Oh my god!
From someone who's been drawing for 14 years.
Jesus!
But even 24 hours later, Misui would delete their entire profile of Twitter. Their other account has not posted since June of 2025.
Damn.
So seeing that VGen was not replying, was not doing anything about people who are so obviously tracing and copying other people's work, Teru would do it again. On December 1st, 2025, they would post, Asami Arts is tracing AI. This is an account with nearly 100,000 followers who has been taking dozens of commissions through VGen. Here is the evidence. Linking a Google Doc. This post has over 5 million views.
Was this posted December 1st? That was barely a couple days ago. Holy shit! But also, I'm not on Twitter, so.
Would somehow get ratioed by a quote tweet that does nothing but praise it for its incredible formatting. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a very big day if you're...
Let me see. Oh, look, another Google Doc. Auto-playing embedded time lapses, multiple images on the same line. Every image has a source and timestamp, different size fonts and highlights for emphasis, detailed arrows to provide context. Oh my god, the text even grabs other elements. Jesus Christ. And, okay, and this is like 26 pages? Oh, bitch, we're eating.
You're a Google Docu reader, okay? There
Google
are
Docu.
links, arrows, GIFs that auto.
Holy shit!
Sometimes there's going to be a bunch of pictures everywhere, right? Text next to it or on the bottom or whatever. It would show you an arrow pointing to what they're referring to, either to the left or to the right or to the top. I could shed a tear. They even have art chronologically showing the progress. Oh my god! Not to mention the incredible table of contents on the left.
Yay!
Okay, fine. I'm done creaming my pants for now. Let's get into this. This document is 41 pages, but don't let that number scare you. Every page in this document is there for a reason. There's no wasted time. There's no filler. Additionally, a huge chunk of these pages is there to show you proof, images. It's not 41 pages of just straight yapping. And finally, it is painfully detailed. This document is a work of art, and I don't say this lightly. The first page starts off big, listing everything that Teru is accusing Asami of doing. Teru starts off by saying, there's a big issue at the moment with artists tracing over AI while charging hundreds of dollars for commissions in platforms like VGen. This doc is regarding Asami Arts, formerly known as Drawing Asami, and it's meant to inform commissioners about ongoing tracer issues. I don't like making docs like this, I don't like accusing people of AI, and I hate scrutinizing others' art or questioning their skill. But at the moment, Asami Arts is taking $120 commissions through VGen while blocking anyone who questions if they use AI.
$120! For a fucking drawing, dude. No, okay. No, not just for a drawing. $120 for a drawing, chat. That has... What's this timestamp? That has... Fuck. Hold on. That has this style. $120 for that. Bitch, I don't even charge that much and I don't trace. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, where are we at? We were here?
Asami Arts, formerly known as Drawing.
Okay, we were.
But at the moment, Asami Arts is taking $120.
That's fucking crazy. No, that's fucking insane.
Anyone who questions if they use AI. I understand it's very frustrating to have people constantly doubting your artistic skill, especially when it leads to unnecessary insults or harassment. In this document, I will show you why I believe the odds of Asami Arts tracing over AI are extremely high.
Holy shit.
There's always a pattern when people do this. The behavior these tracers exhibit always ends up being very similar.
Really?
Go ahead and list some AI account red flags.
Jesus.
The first one being the Twitter/X art account is very new. Most joined after 2021, and there are no other socials associated with that username or similar. This is not the case with Asami Arts, as Asami Arts joined August 2024. They had a previous account with the username Drawing Asami that joined in 2022, but that was suspended. The second point is,
I'm convinced. Here, I'm gonna read this. I'm convinced that AI is the second horseman of the new apocalypse. Exactly. Like it's gonna be AI. It's gonna be fucking the other word I can't say. So that's two. That's two horsemen. But you know what I'm talking about. Fuck. I need two other horsemen. Fuck ass. Yeah. Social media. So yeah. Social media. AI. The word I can't say. And global warming. I don't fucking know. The new wars. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. New wars, social media, AI, and then the word I can't say. I don't even know what that means.
Someone points out there are AI elements, or comments mentioning AI are ignored and hidden.
We're convinced. I don't know what that
means. Multiple sudden changes in art style in a short amount of time. It's completely normal for artists to study, experiment, and to draw in different styles. But in cases like this, it's kind of drastic, and there's no prior practicing leading to the change.
Right, because that's the other thing too. Because like again, you know, it's like they said, it's normal for your art style to develop and progress. You know, and like we could literally. Maybe I'll do it on one of these other streams and we do like a live, like a hand cam stream. Like, you could go back to that VOD on YouTube, and you could literally see like the progression from like the way I draw then and the way I draw now. It's very fucking different. We can even compare it to like my 2020 sketchbooks. It's very fucking different. It stagnates with AI, exactly. And especially when it's like when you're fucking tracing over shit and you're claiming that shit is your own, and the fucking styles are so like in a way kind of different fundamentally. It's like how do you not notice? You know that they, but you know, I don't know. Honestly, I can't expect, you know, a lot of people to catch on to that stuff, you know? Because I feel like AI artists have slowly, like, ingrained into the community in a way. It's a sort of weaving, in a sense. I really expected more from AI. Exactly. But no. We get AI-generated porn and artists. It's very sad. It fucking sucks, bro. Fuck my stupid bucket life, dude.
One day there's a drastic shift and they have a different style from an existing artist.
Right.
The fourth point, in Asami Art's case, it combines both the previous points.
Oh.
A lot of their previous art has been deleted because they suddenly switched art styles from popular Japanese artists who have AI models trained on their art without their consent. I will elaborate more on this
I'm
later.
old now, but I had a brighter vision from this.
Famous Japanese artist Ixi.
Me
they
too.
Deleted all the art that
like I'm a old little lady, but like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Resembled another artist by the name of Hote. The fifth point.
Oh.
Sudden jump in art skill.
Yeah.
For example, an amateur digital artist suddenly mastering anatomy and color theory within a few months.
Yeah.
You can't observe this simply by looking at Asami-chan's media tab because they have deleted most of their old art from Twitter and Pixiv. They'll be showing you their previous art before their current Ixi style.
Oh, you got
receipts. In a lot of these cases, the person tracing will still struggle with line art because you can trace the anatomy and copy the colors and shading of an AI picture, but the AI will not magically improve your lack of experience doing line work. Unfortunately, this point doesn't apply when the image is being traced by a veteran artist because professionals will have good line work control already. And the final point, refusing to provide proof, deflecting, ignoring people. Once it becomes too overwhelming, tracers provide a small amount of evidence that ends up raising more questions. And most of the time they also delete that evidence. Proving that you aren't tracing is really simple if you are not tracing AI. This person was invited to draw together in a browser-based Canvas website, but their response was that they don't have to prove themselves to anyone or convince anyone. The website in question being magma.com, a site similar to iScribble or Drawpile but online. This is a simple, free way to show people you are not tracing. So this was the intro.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, Magma.
What happens when you find a tracing account?
I just realized, yeah, I forgot about Magma.
The next section in this document is called Time-Lapse Inconsistencies.
Oh,
the
shit.
time-lapses below are from Clip Studio Paint. It allows you to export time-lapses in 15, 30, and 60-second lengths, and a full length. I converted the original MP4 files that were posted on Twitter to GIF format so you can view it here. The time-lapses that Asami Arts posted were 30 seconds long, and the GIF version is also 30 seconds long. Teru would then say, in red highlighted text, the line art magically being drawn with no sketch in the background.
Exactly!
And in these two different time-lapses, we can see exactly that. This line art just appears. There's no sketching process. There's no erasing process. A lot of the top artists sometimes will have to rescale certain things, change the perspective on certain things. Here you see none of that. Teru then continues. This is how Clip Studio Paint time-lapses work. You have to manually press the record time-lapse button. Then the program will begin recording all the strokes and undos you make in every layer. Sometimes, artists forget to press the record button so the time-lapse won't show them working on the sketch, but it will still show the sketch at a low opacity when they are lining. This means that Asami is lining without a sketch to guide her, without corrections, perfectly placing every line with no hesitation. Note how she doesn't even bother drawing Callie's whole face first, then erasing the chin area that will be covered. This is of course referring to the right time-lapse. Normally an artist would draw the entire chin area of the face and then erase it when, you know, the boobs come in. But in this case, before even drawing the boobs, Asami somehow knew the exact place they would take in order to not draw the chin there, as if they had already known exactly
the old I don't have to prove myself. Exactly. That's why she was fucking blocking people, dude. It's like, I don't have to prove to you guys that I don't use AI, so I'm just gonna block you. This is a problem. Okay, tiny rant here. This is exactly the problem I have with people when it's like, especially when it's something that's like pretty easy to prove. Like, for example, like we'll take Asami as an example, right? It's pretty easy to prove whether or not you're using fucking AI. Show me your layers. Show me the time lapse. Show me your sketch. Show me what inspired you. You know, all this shit. And your response being, oh, well, I don't actually have to show you shit. By the way, you're blocked. Like, I'm sorry. That makes you look guilty. That makes you look way more guilty than you would have been had you just, spoken shit. And you can apply this really with, like, all kinds of other fucking things. Especially, like, when it's, okay, if someone's telling you, this is something that personally pisses me off a little bit. When someone's telling you a story or telling you that something happened, and they refuse to just fucking elaborate, and then you try to press, and then it's like, well, I don't have to actually tell you guys anything because blah blah blah, I have it, but I'm just not gonna show it. Like, what the fuck? No, show me the meats, show me the beef. Like, like, maybe it's just like the little like chismosa in me that hates that shit when like information is like withheld and shit. But it's just like, come on, man. You can't be doing that silly shit. That's dumb. That's dumb stupid. We don't do that.
Gonna look like before they even started drawing. Tara would then continue. You should know that Clip Studio allows you to make a private line work layer that will not be shown in the time-lapse.
Oh.
I have included the source links and original upload timestamps for Asami's time-lapses. But as of October 9th, both time-lapses were deleted from her account. Below, I will show some time-lapse GIFs from AI tracers and a Twitter user who traced an AI image to prove that it's possible to fake a time-lapse in Clip Studio Paint. These time-lapses are very similar to Asami's, where there are no adjustments and the line work is drawn perfectly. So this time-lapse right here on the left was posted by a Twitter user to show that you can trace over AI with Clip Studio Paint and it won't show in the recording. Here we can see another tracer doing the same exact thing, and on the right we can see the other person that Teru had written a Google Doc about, Misui, doing exactly that as well. Now look, I'm not expecting everyone watching here to be an artist, or much less know how a time-lapse is supposed to look like. So here's a very quick example of an artist I really like on Twitter. Their name is Dino, and here's the final completed artwork that they worked on.
Really?
And here's the time-lapse. As you can see, there's a lot of changes that happen even in the sketching process. A lot of scaling, moving things around. Nothing is ever certain when you're drawing. And even in a sped up time-lapse, it still appears to be slow sometimes. That's because adjustments are constantly being made. That's the whole point of drawing. So when an experienced artist all of a sudden sees someone come out of nowhere on Twitter, garner a huge following, make a drawing every single day, and their time-lapse looks like this, of course it'll raise suspicion. Tara would then continue, saying, on October 7th, 2025, when I quote tweeted Callie's time-lapse commenting about it being traced from AI, Asami Arts immediately blocked me. On October 8th, she posted a new time-lapse, then deleted the two old time-lapses on October 9th. Both deleted time-lapses had been in her media tab since April 2025. What did Asami Arts have to say about this? She was contacted via VGen regarding proof of her art not being traced over AI during October 8th. When questioned about how she managed to do the line art without a sketch, this was her reply. She'd say, practicing with beautiful lines after without sketches and thick outlines would make you proud to do it yourself, but people tend to misunderstand. I posted a new video. I hope it answers your questions.
I'm gonna look at this real quick. There are a few time-lapse videos and whips on my own account and new ones are coming. I saw the Mume one, but I didn't see the sketch, just the lines. I don't know how it works out. Oh my god, bro! Who was assigned to check this shit?
Tara would continue, saying, this is the direct reply to the purple message above. I thought for a second that maybe English wasn't her native language and that's why she typed it that way, but the other messages are not written in the same vague style. It's basically a non-answer. As she mentioned in her first message, she posted a new time-lapse during October 8th.
Yeah.
And oh my god, there's an arrow pointing to the right, and on the right, you can see the tweet they're referring to. It doesn't take half a page. Oh my god. There's even a link to the original tweet as well. And again, it's a 30-second time-lapse, and you can even see the hand of whoever Asami is on top of the tablet that they're using to draw. Tara would say, before I elaborate on this third time-lapse, let me finish this exchange that happened on VGen. So after Asami's very weird worded reply, the person who was asking her about those perfect lines would say, just to be clear, let me know if I understood properly. The Clip Studio time-lapse without a sketch is because you have 8 years of experience? So being able to line art without a sketch, a professional skill you developed? Amazing. Asami would reply with, yes, that's right. Actually, I erase and redo my drawings many times, but Clip Studio only records the video from where you last left off to speed up the drawing process. Many artists do that. And as I said, my computer is problematic, and I don't even know how to access the old PSDs and drawings. Unfortunately, I lost my drawings from 2017 onwards. As you can imagine, a lot of time has passed.
Okay. Who fucking hired this guy? No, who put this person in charge to fucking be like, to check on Asami? Who did that shit? Who did that shit? Because what do you mean, like, oh, like, So just to be clear, the reason why there's no sketch underneath, something that looks like it's fucking trace, is because you're an experienced artist? Wow, that's amazing. Like, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Alright, bro. Alright.
And now Teru continues with a left arrow pointing to what we just saw. Oh my god. Saying, Asami is claiming here that she erases and redos her drawings many times, but Clip Studio only records the video from where you last left off to speed up the drawing process. This is not true. Highlighting this sentence in red. After you press the record time-lapse button, the only thing you can do is either export it or press the record time-lapse button again to stop recording. And Clip Studio Paint will show you this warning if you try to do that. The warning would say, this will turn off canvas time-lapse drawing. Any time-lapse recorded for this canvas will be deleted. This action cannot be undone. Teru would continue saying, now let me elaborate on the third time-lapse she has posted on her Twitter. This is no longer a Clip Studio time-lapse, this is a Procreate time-lapse. Procreate is a popular iPad drawing app which includes a time-lapse export feature just like Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah.
However, Procreate is known for having a feature where you can easily hide entire layers from showing in your time-lapse. With Clip Studio Paint, you can only hide line arts or binary images. Sadly, because of that, I do not consider a Procreate time-lapse to be solid evidence in a case like this. Teru would then link a tutorial on how to hide your reference layer in Procreate, further showing why they don't trust this, while also saying, I'm sorry, but I cannot take this as proof that Asami isn't tracing because it was recorded in Procreate. She also provided a photo of the layers, but you can delete the traced image layer after you are done tracing. And again, a day after posting this time-lapse on Twitter, she deleted the 2 previous ones. I don't want to be nitpicky, but even in this new Procreate time-lapse, she never goes back to erase, adjust, or correct anything while sketching, lining, or shading. I believe showing layers is only solid proof for an artwork that seems to be generated with AI, but it's different when it's someone tracing over AI. Clearly, if the image was generated with AI, then the artist won't have layers to show, or they will claim that they drew everything in one layer. But I believe Asami is tracing, not posting generative AI. However, there are some previous artworks I believe were generated with AI and not traced. So, what would someone do in a situation like this, where the time lapses are weird and you are still being accused of tracing AI? How do you prove your art is legit?
Right.
On October 10th, 2025, it was forwarded that I'd be willing to draw with Asami on magma.com in real time. Magma, previously known as Aggie, is basically a browser-based drawing app. It functions exactly like any other art program. If she isn't tracing, then she would have no problem drawing with another artist at the same time. Her reply to the purple message to the right is below. So on the right we can see a message being sent to Asami saying, would you be okay drawing on a shared canvas at the same time with another artist using an online canvas website like magma.com? I believe this should clear up some of the people's concerns because you will be drawing along with someone else. The website works perfectly on an iPad and you can set the time and date.
Right.
Asami would then reply with, I don't need to keep proving myself over and over again because of what people say about me. I won't take part in the witch hunts or hate culture that start when people put themselves above others. The internet is a free place. You're free to believe whatever you want. If my previous time lapses didn't convince you, nothing I do now will. And honestly, I don't have to convince anyone. Throwing accusations online and demanding proof is just ridiculous. You'd probably say, see? No reply, must be AI, if I didn't respond. And if I blocked you, you'd say the same. But no one owes people like that any explanation. You don't have to commission me or follow me. Ending this with a prayer emoji. Teru would then say, you might not owe me anything, but you do owe your current clients the right to know what they are truly paying for. No one has to commission you, but the people who are commissioning you are doing it because they expect to receive an illustration that was drawn by you with your own skills and not something you generated and traced over. Just like last time, this isn't even specifically about AI art. Tracing and plagiarizing has always been a thing in the art community. AI has just made this issue way more common because it's easy to just generate an image and delete it once you're done tracing it. Then the evidence is gone forever. But in the old-fashioned way, if you are tracing an existing artwork from another artist, the original source can be found online eventually. One day before I saw Asami's reply, someone I know reached out to another artist because they seem to be tracing over AI as well. It's best to clear up misunderstandings about AI in private, but this was the reply that the person I know received, which reads very similarly to Asami's. It also mentioned drawing in Magma. That other AI tracer would say, with all due respect, I've shared my PSD and I've also explained my workflow in good faith. After sharing the same file with other artist friends, they've all agreed in unison that it's more than enough proof to demonstrate that my work is my own for someone who's acting in good faith. At this point, I feel like you've already elaborated your own opinion on me and that nothing that I might do or say will change it. And that's okay. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion and I do not think less of you just because of what you think of me. But you have to understand that I really don't feel comfortable continuing this conversation anymore or doing a live drawing session with you. I really wish you the best, but I would like to step away from this conversation now. I don't expect you to agree with me, but I will block you now and I will also block you from my Discord server. Please don't contact me again. Alright, so as you can see here, this reply is very similar to Asami's reply, even though they're a completely different person. Teru would then continue in the document saying, for the record, I also believe that person is most likely tracing, but unlike Asami, they are not taking commissions, and this doc isn't about them. However, the similarities are there, and I found the timing to be astonishing. Most of the time, AI tracers will immediately deflect or become hostile when people start pointing out the issues and inconsistencies with their art. The screenshot on the right is from Foam/Misui, replying to someone on Twitter DMs after people questioned if they were using AI. Here we can see a reply that's definitely more hostile and aggressive compared to what Asami had replied with. Instead of saying, hey, I can't make you understand, so I'll just say goodbye, they try to refute the arguments directly saying, so what? Yes, I'm uploading detailed art daily, so what? That was the tone that was given here. This leads us to the next section in the document, titled Refusing to Provide Evidence When Questioned. Asami's current media tab is missing a lot of her art since the posts have been deleted. Most of the time because people pointed out AI inconsistencies.
Ooh.
Her previous account, Drawing Asami, was suspended. I don't know the reason for the suspension, but even back then in 2024, people were suspicious of her using AI. So here we can see 4 different images. 3 of them are replies that were left on an art piece that Asami had posted on her previous account before being suspended, where they all are kind of doubting the fact that this is real, this is definitely AI. And the 4th image is the drawing itself. I don't know how the hell Teru managed to find it, but here it is. I guess it was because it was also uploaded on Danburu and wasn't deleted from there. Teru would then say, the comments on the left are talking about this artwork Asami had posted in her previous account on May 2024. Notice how different the art style is compared to her current style. I will talk more about that later. I was not able to recover any of her replies as the account was suspended. This leads us to the next section, titled AI Errors in the Art. I try not to be nitpicky about errors in art because human errors are a thing too, and I have seen people accuse others of AI because of mistakes in their art that can be attributed to human error. It only becomes so evident when these mistakes happen on almost every single image. To the point that all of them have at least one issue. In fact, there's so many things to point out on every artwork that it would take too many pages, so I will point out the most blatant ones only. The first one is gun muzzle placement. The drawing itself would be of someone pointing a gun at a cat girl that seems to be really into it. I mean, she's licking the gun for some reason. The gun itself, though, would look pretty weird. When people pointed that out, Asami's reply would be, I'm still not good at drawing weapons. So sorry if there are any weird parts. I looked at the reference and tried drawing something like it. Teru would say, I'm not an expert at drawing guns, so when I draw them I use tons of references or 3D models. But it's just humanly not possible to make a mistake like this if you even bothered to look up a single handgun on Google Images. Not to ramble about this, but I simply can't imagine looking up references for a gun and then placing the muzzle on the rear of the gun, while also ignoring the lack of proper finger placement. There are
Oh, I just saw, that's what, bruh. No, wait, I just saw that. I just saw that was, I don't know why my brain didn't pick up that, like, no, like, this is supposed to be there. This, like, the circle is supposed to be there, but it's not. Bruh, can you guys even see my mouse? Probably not. I don't know, dude. Yeah, probably not. That's okay, though. Oh, my goodness. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah.
Placing the muzzle on the rear of the gun. Fine. If you Google handgun references, you will draw an existing gun like an M1911 or a Glock. You can skip this page. I just want to emphasize how ridiculous this error is. This is what I mean when I say AI users do not care about details or are unaware of their mistakes. You really saw the muzzle in the back and didn't think for a second that this guy's gonna shoot himself? I mean, it's true. On the drawing itself, you can see that the muzzle is at the back of the gun. If you don't know what a muzzle is, it's where the gun shoots. It's where the bullet ejects from. By the way, I'm not even an illustrator, right? But if you gave me this drawing, I can fix this in less than 5 seconds. The point that Teru was trying to make is that when someone uses AI, let's say for tracing or just posting the actual AI drawing in its entirety, they don't care about details because they're not artists to begin with. This subsection on the gun would end with Teru saying, I'm not a gun expert, but if such a handgun with a hole in the back exists and it was used as a reference, let me know. I'm not even being sarcastic. I know of a handgun that has a round indent in the back, but I will refrain from sharing the name here in case Asami reads all of this and tries to pretend that was the gun she referenced from. But it's a bit unbelievable she didn't use a more widely available reference when the most common handguns look like this, showing an example of the back of 3 guns. The next subsection here would be titled Hair and Clothing Errors. This subsection would be very picture heavy, but the whole point of it is to show us inconsistencies on the drawings that an artist wouldn't normally make. For example, here we have an image of a fox girl, I guess, with her chest out. Tara would argue the top part of the sweater doesn't connect to anything, and there's a random string connected to the underwear, but you could say it's just a fashion design element. In the next drawing, Tara would argue there are hair pieces that are not connected to the main hair. Bear in mind, these two drawings have been deleted. They're from Asami's old art. Here's another image, and Teru says, there are so many things that are wrong with this picture that it leads me to believe that it was generated instead of traced. The hair is so disconnected and just lacks coherence everywhere. However, it is too JPEG artifacted for me to be able to tell if it was generated or not.
But even like here, like this ear's kind of off. Like it's a little bit like it's not. It doesn't look like it's the same length. I'm trying to see what else I could just like pinpoint just from this image alone. Like this little like hair piece on like the side right here, maybe. Like there's no line that like makes that look like an actual like string of hair, you know? What else? Fuck. I don't know, but like that's just like two of the things that I could find.
And Tara would take the time to link a definition as to what that means. In a nutshell, it's compression, right? You know when you upload a video on like Twitter or something and it's like very pixelated? That's because they don't want to use up too much of their server space. They compress your video to a lower quality and upload it on their website, which makes it look worse. This image was so compressed that Teru couldn't dive as deep as they wanted to. They then show us 3 different other drawings, saying you'll notice a lot of these issues will be hair errors. When the person who is tracing has no idea how hair strands work and is tracing over random AI hair chunks, this is what happens. In parentheses, looping or disjointed hair strands. And that's exactly what we can see here. Here's an example of a looping hair strand. It starts at the root of your head, goes down to your shoulders, and somehow goes back up to loop back to your root. That's not how hair works. There are so many examples showing these same inconsistencies. For example, here's a character that's meant to have 1 tail, but it's kind of showing 2 because it was drawn badly. And we have another drawing here that Teru suspects is completely AI generated, not even traced. The shadows don't match the shadow source or have different hues. Hair chunks are not coherent. The ribbon of the character has 3 bows, when instead it should be 2. This is important because when you're an artist, you spend much time drawing an illustration of this caliber. You stare at it all day, you become attached to it, and there's no way you'd publish a drawing that has such flagrant errors. The only way you do that is if you don't even look at it for more than 10 minutes. The only way you do that is if you generated it and have no sort of attachment to it and don't really care how it actually looks. That's an AI artist's biggest weakness. This leads us to the next major section, titled AI Users Ignore Critical Character Design Elements. The first subsection would be titled Roora Art Major Design Inconsistencies. This is in regards to the character Roora. Tara would say, what I have noticed when people are tracing is that most fan art they post has the character wearing simple casual clothes like gym clothes, plain dresses, swimsuits, etc. But when they post fan art where the character is wearing their official base outfits, design elements are wrong or do not match the official references. I find it very hard to believe these are human errors. For example, only using a low quality reference or having to interpret details yourself because the character you are drawing doesn't have a reference sheet available. Roora, though, has a very detailed reference sheet available online and plenty of fan art with the correct accessory shapes. There are also
I can't find my phone, can you call it?
Again, we're shown line art inconsistencies, hair inconsistencies, all sorts of things. The next subsection will be about Kanata, more design inconsistencies. One could argue about the artistic liberties an artist can take while drawing an official outfit. For example, and if you are familiar, Tohu project characters. Maybe the switch from pantyhose to thighs was because the artist specifically wanted to show the underwear. However, there are too many elements that are also missing. And here we can see a comparison. On the left, Asami's drawing. On the right, the official drawing. One of the most obvious inconsistencies is that on Asami's drawing, Kanata has 3 stars.
Did you find it, baby? You're welcome. I love you. Bye. He couldn't find his phone. Fucking.
On her dress. Additionally, it's a star with 5 points. On the right, though, there are only 2 stars on the outfit, and they're shaped like a cross. It simply doesn't make sense if you're an artist that can draw like at this level that you would somehow take this decision. It doesn't make any sense for you to do that. The next subsection is titled Sakuna Art, Design Inconsistencies. In Sakuna's case, the side bangs are a completely different shape, which is something AI tracers tend to ignore sometimes. I was not able to find a reference of her Live 2D model, only an official render, but you can see her model in her YouTube channel. Terry does note, however, artists might still interpret hairstyles in their own unique way to suit their style, and it's not always indicative of AI tracing. Still though, we can see some major differences between the hairstyle. In the document, Terry would then say, the next example about a character not matching their official design will lead into my next point of AI that is trained with popular artists' works, emulating their style very accurately. In order to present that, I will quickly explain some info regarding AI models. Have you noticed how during 2022, AI struggled to figure out character outfits and blended them together, but recently they are able to match character designs more accurately? This is all thanks to LoRAs. Terry would of course link a screenshot on the left of the definition of what a LoRA is, and it would say, low-rank adaptation, otherwise known as LoRA, is a technique used to adapt machine learning models to new contexts. It can adapt large models to specific uses by adding lightweight pieces to the original model rather than changing the entire model. A data scientist can quickly expand the ways that a model can be used rather than requiring them to build an entirely new model. Terry would then say, basically, the LoRA is a smaller model that is trained with very specific data that helps fine-tune details in other larger models. This isn't just done for character costumes only, but also things like hands, poses, and most importantly, in this case, specific art styles. You see where we're going with this? This means that big AI companies already stole the art of so many different artists to make their AI models on art, but now allow just about anyone to find any artist they like, take all their art, and make an entire model that emulates their style that they spent countless years perfecting. It's bad. This leads us to the final subsection in this section, titled Saba Pre-Debut Artwork Design Inconsistencies. On June 28, 2025, the VTuber Sameko Saba debuted. Let's just say, Saba's debut was highly anticipated by a lot of people, and tons of artists were eager to see her design and draw fan art of her. A few days before her debut, Saba started posting some teasers that showed some parts of her design, so fans were uploading their own design predictions and started working on fan art before the debut date. The earliest AI LoRAs I can find of Saba were uploaded June 24, 2025, trained with the artworks that were guessing what she would look like. Because of this, the design that was generated by AI with these LoRAs was inaccurate. The June 24, 2025 upload times for the LoRA model shown on the right are 5:50 p.m. EST and 6:40 p.m. EST. On June 25, 2025, Asami Arts posted a Saba fan art. Keep in mind, at this point, there were only teasers for Saba's design. Everyone was guessing and coming up with their own predictions, so it would not be possible for any fan art to fully match the official design that would be revealed on June 28th. So here we can see the two different LoRAs. They were made using references of what other artists thought the full model looked like. This is why every drawing it would generate would look fairly different in terms of how her hair looked like, for example. Everyone was guessing differently. Terry would then continue, the reason I suspect this artwork is traced from AI is not necessarily because the design does not match Saba. As I have pointed out, her full design was not revealed by the time Asami Arts posted this. Rather, I find it hard to believe that this was their own design prediction by June 25th when the following teaser had been posted by Saba during June 15th. On June 22nd, Saba uploaded a final teaser that showed the back of her head and part of her side profile, along with a silhouette of her body. In this silhouette, her tail shape is very clear too. You can also see she has no blue highlights on her side bangs. There's a very small probability that they missed these two videos, but I find it hard to believe because the new fan arts being uploaded had the correct tail shape drawn too. More importantly, and going back to the LoRAs, the tail shape is clearly taken from another VTuber, and one of the LoRA uploaders admits as much. You can see that in the LoRA description. So I'm sure you can see where this is going, right? Even though this new tail was revealed 3 days prior to Asami Arts posting her fan art, the tail was completely wrong and was matching 1-to-1 the tail of the VTuber that the LoRA uploader used as reference. Terry would continue, on June 25th, Saba finally debuted and made her reference sheet available. After new fan art started being drawn and uploaded, AI users immediately began scraping them to make LoRAs with her proper official design. The earliest models that I can find were uploaded on June 28th. On June 30th, Asami uploaded the following artwork. Going back to AI users ignoring design elements, and despite the new updated LoRA for the outfit, once more there are a few things missing or incorrect in the artwork above, such as the tail position and length. The dress does not have the hole in the back for the tail, it's meant to be placed underneath it. And back to LoRAs again, do know that multiple LoRAs can be used together. That means you can generate an image with the Saba outfit LoRA plus Ixi style LoRA together. Who is Ixi? An artist whose illustrations have been used without permission to train multiple AI LoRAs in the style Asami has been using recently. However, Asami has used multiple styles in the past, all specifically from Japanese artists who also just happen to have LoRAs trained without permission. This will be the focus of my next point. So as you can see, this isn't just about someone tracing. This is about people paying money to commission someone for art that they're not drawing themselves, while also stealing art from other people without their permission. This goes deep, and it leads us to the next major section in this document titled Art Style Changes Are Sudden, Old Art Deleted. Asami Arts has changed styles many times and wiped her galleries, both Pixiv and Twitter, on multiple occasions to hide this. We took a screenshot of her Pixiv page on October 7th, and while I was typing this during October 11th, I went to check her Pixiv and most of the arts were gone again. So here we can see how it looks like in October 6th. There's 15 different drawings, and then just a few days later, on October 11th, there was only 3 left. Tara would then continue, on a personal note, I don't find artists deleting art that suspicious unless there are other issues. As someone who used to delete art quite often, I would not be satisfied with the final image after posting it or deleted old art, so only recent artworks would be displayed in my media tab. Now, thanks to AI, artists are forced to keep old art in their media tab as proof of improvement over time in case they get accused of AI. The concern begins when the art or evidence such as time lapses are deleted only shortly after comments start pointing out AI elements. Disclaimer, it's completely okay for artists to experiment with different styles, and that itself is not indicative of AI usage. But unless you are a professional, it is not easy to switch or emulate styles so quickly, less than a month, with no in-between practice at all. And in this case, they all happen to be styles from well-known Japanese artists. This brings us to the next subsection, titled, The current style they're using is based off a Japanese artist, Ixi. Their art has been used without permission to train multiple LoRAs, but once more you can combine multiple LoRAs together, so it could be possible that they are using the Ixi style LoRA with another artist's style. So here we can see a drawing that Ixi had drawn on November 2020. Then we can see an image that was made by the LoRA based upon Ixi, uploaded on April 2024. And finally, we can see the drawing of that same character that Asami Arts had uploaded on July 2024. And yes, you'd be blind to not see the similarities. Tara would say, in order to respect Ixi, I will not be sharing or linking any other of their artworks going forward. But I was not the first person who noticed Ixi's style resemblance in Asami's artworks during this time period. As mentioned before, she has changed art styles in the past. Here we can see 4 different replies made by people on Asami's art saying, hey, this looks exactly like Ixi's art. Some people were surprised, praising Asami's talent, while others were like, yeah, this is a trace, thanks. Tara would continue, something very important to consider is that the style change needs to happen after an AI model / LoRA is uploaded online. If the LoRA was not available online by the time of the sudden style change, I would not consider it a possibility for the art to be traced from AI. But I'm also aware anyone can train their own models offline and not share them with anyone. In Asami's case, and this is just an estimate based on Danburu upload dates, the Ixi style change happened around June 2024. For example, the model to the right was published in August 2024, so I wouldn't consider that it was used at that point in time, perhaps after that date. However, there are Ixi LoRAs dating all the way back to 2023 online, with 2024 and 2025 ones producing more accurate generations. The following screenshot is a LoRA model re-upload from an AI site, but the original upload is no longer available, so there's also the possibility that it was uploaded online much earlier than April 28, 2024. Some of the artworks uploaded more recently resemble post generations using Ixi's LoRA to an extent, but since AI learns from real art, I try not to focus on post similarities unless it's a very close match. And here we can see that. 2 recent drawings uploaded by Asami, with one being as recent as September, share very similar poses to the LoRA itself, with the other one sharing similarities with an account that uses both Ixi and another one's art style combined together. But it doesn't end here, because Ixi is far from being the only victim. The next subsection will be titled, The art style they used before was based off a Japanese artist, Ogipote. This is the style they used from 2023 to mid-2024. I will point out that Asami is also following both Ixi and Ogipote on Blue Sky and Pixiv, as well as 2 other artists with similar anime Nuri styles. Ogipote has also had to deal with their art being used without permission to train AI models since 2023. On April 30th, 2023, we can see Ogipote making a tweet saying, please stop distributing the AI named after me. We can also see a screenshot of who Asami is following on Blue Sky, and it includes these artists. Tara would then link an image that Asami had posted on January 2024 with an illustration that was drawn by Ogipote, and the similarities here are fairly obvious. Tara would then say, before May to June 2024, Asami was using Ogipote's style before the switch to Ixi. Unless there are missing images of the multiple burus I searched, this switch was sudden and drastic. I will stop listing Twitter sources and only use burus, as all the original posts for these are deleted. And by the way, if you don't know what a buru is, it's an image board pretty much. So from left to right, we can see drawings here. The first 2 are drawn in May 2024, the third one on June 2024, and the final one on August 2024. On the halfway point of May to June, we can see a drastic change in art style, so much so that you'd think it's 2 different people. Tara would then say, my reason to believe these might also be traced from AI comes from the fact that there are also multiple AI elements in the backgrounds. In most instances, the background is blurred to hide these artifacts. Tara would highlight these artifacts, and they're very clear. These are truly artifacts. These are things that don't belong in the drawing. These are glitches. And yet, even after blurring the background, they're still very obvious. Teru then continues, I will not be showing every single instance of AI background since there are dozens of images. You can argue that only the backgrounds are AI generated and the characters are drawn from scratch on top and not traced from AI, but the switch from Ogipote to Ixie style was just as sudden as the jump in skill before Ogipote's style, which is what leads me to believe the characters started being traced at 1.2. Once more, let's look at Laura upload dates. If there is no AI model that was uploaded online before the art was posted, then the chances that it's traced from AI becomes lower. The earliest Asami artworks in Danboru with Ogipote style date back to at least June 2023. But as previously mentioned, Ogipote tweeted about AI infringement all the way back in April 2023. The earliest model I could find dates back to is in March 2023, and it can generate the background at the same time. I believe Asami started tracing AI around this time period. During my research, I found out that one of my followers had commissioned Asami multiple times back in 2023. I reached out to them and explained the situation, and they provided me with the commissioned images and gave me permission to use them in this document. Out of the 3 commissioned images they shared with me, the one with Ogipote's style was dated back to April 12, 2023, which is earlier than the June 2023 Danboru upload date I mentioned above. However, my point still stands as the AI model for Ogipote's style was published on March 22, 2023. So here we can see 3 images with different dates. And goddamn does the first one have some big cannons on those chests. That's getting censored. But anyway, even though it's censored, in the first image, I think you can clearly see that this seems way different than the other drawings we saw. This might even be Asami's real style, the one that she uses without AI or tracing or whatever. This was the first commission. However, the other 2 were crazy different. And this is where Teru says, these improvement rates in a single month from beginner artists only became so common after 2022 with the first wave of AI image generation. For non-artist references of what general improvement looks like, see the artist evolution post on Pixiv, 1-year art improvement meme, or 10-year progress summaries. So I went to Pixiv and found this great example. You can truly see how the improvement is gradual. It doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen in a month, it doesn't happen in a year. This is why drawing is so damn hard. It took this artist almost half a decade to see very notable improvements and 1 full decade to truly reach a point in which they can have their own awesome art style. You don't simply go from the left drawing to the right drawing in a month. It's just not humanly possible. Just like how you can't just start playing a sport today and go to the Olympics next month. It doesn't happen. This leads us to the next subsection, which will be titled, There was a small period of time where Uekura Eku's style was used. Around May 2024, approximate according to Boru uploads, Asami briefly switched styles from Ogipote to Eku's style before switching again to the current Ixie style. Seems that Asami's kind of indecisive, huh? Something I noticed is that while Asami is following both Ixie and Ogipote in Blue Sky, Eku Akura is blocked. Asami's Blue Sky was created February 7th, 2024, and they were blocked on February 28th, 2024. They would include the source, oh my god, they include the source, Clear Sky. And it's a website where you can see who people are blocking and when they blocked them. And as you can see, yes, this is correct. The document continues, this is strange, this is not part of a mass block. Blue Sky lets you mass block accounts from lists made by other people. So on the left we can see this drawing that we saw earlier that Asami had posted on May 2024, and on the right we can see what Eku's style truly looks like. Again, we can definitely see similarities here. Once more, let's look at Laura uploads online. At first, I could only find one uploaded on February 29th, which is 1 day after Asami blocked Eku on Blue Sky. In the end, this similar timing was probably a coincidence, and I thought for a second that maybe the block was an accident. However, I find it unlikely as you have to press a menu to find the block button and get a warning when you are about to block someone. That said, after a bit more digging, I found a model that was uploaded on October 24th, 2023. There will always be the possibility that these are simply heavily referenced and not generated with AI and then traced, but somehow these exhibit similar AI errors that are still persistent in future artworks. I haven't gotten to Asami's art prior to 2023 yet, but I want to share some comparisons of the style change with the same characters across less than a year. So as you can see, all these different drawings by Asami were in 2024. The differences between art styles is astounding. Again, you might not be familiar with art, but all you have to do is go to like a famous artist's profile and see their drawings. This doesn't happen. They might change their art style once for like a special drawing, but that's it. You don't drastically go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with different art styles all the time. Like, it's crazy. The final subsection in this major section is titled Incoherent Skill Improvement. As observed, there's a constant and very distinct change in styles, but besides that, improvement completely stalls. So far, I've tried not to nitpick at errors that could be human in nature, but there are some issues that can't be dismissed. There are pieces where the perspective seems flawlessly executed, but then there are artworks with dynamic poses that have anatomy mistakes and proportions are always different between images. If an artist has somehow mastered multiple styles in less than a year, seems to have knowledge of anatomy, to a fluctuating degree, and dynamic poses with over 8 years of experience, You would expect them to know how patterns wrap or bend around clothing and how to execute it in their art program of choice instead of multiplying a font layer and using the free transform tool with no account for the
Oh
curvature of the body.
my
So as we
god.
can see here, the text nurse on this flannel seems like it's floating. It doesn't even look like it's on the clothing. That's of course crazy when the drawing itself looks so good. So look, so far you're probably already convinced, right, that Asami is using AI that they're tracing. There's a small chance you might not be, which is why Teru made an entire dedicated section titled Art Chronologically. And oh
Oh
my
boy.
god, is this not a self-report? Teru is a goddamn detective. I'm telling you, dude, you don't want to piss them off. Otherwise, they'll make a document to ruin you. They went as far back to 2021 on different websites such as DeviantArt to find Asami's original art style. This is them drawing without AI, and obviously the difference here is indescribable. We don't
Chat. Where do y'all remember using DeviantArt? Dude, like I used to use that shit back in the day. I don't anymore. It's a very old account. It's very cringe. I used so many bases. It was so bad. Um, but like that shit was mad, bro. Like I remember doing that shit. It was fucking crazy. I mean, it's that was just a weird throwback.
also see some art that Asami drew in 2022, and again, huge difference than what would happen 2023 onwards. The massive shift would truly happen on January 2023, where we'd go from a clear art style that belonged to Asami to extremely professional art that was heavily inspired by other people. At the same time, this is when AI backgrounds start to show up too. Chronologically, it would be in March 2023, as we saw earlier, that Ogipot's style starts showing up. What's interesting here is that the first image provided by Teru, which is from March 11, 2023, is actually from Etsy. Someone purchased a commission from Asami on Etsy, and that person left a review. They say, "This is my second time working with Asami. However, this time I let her control my outfit, but she changed my character entirely, so it doesn't even look like me. I'm a little upset that she wanted to charge me $25 for two things that should have been there in the first place. The sketch didn't look like the final product. It's cute, but I won't be using this art to define me at all. I'm a wolf VTuber, but she drew me as a cat." So see, this is why AI commissions are tricky. You tell them you want one thing, they draw something else, and they can't change it. Why? Because they didn't draw it. We then see the massive switch in art style again from 2024 to 2025. I mean, it could literally just be a completely different person. And it would lead us to the next section titled Deleting Art After Being Contacted. I was going to source the first image to her Pixiv, as I remembered it was still available there, and you can see it in the Pixiv screenshot back here. It's now gone. I believe it was deleted in the past few days. There's only one artwork remaining in her Pixiv now. I checked Twitter instead, and I found out that the remaining posts from early 2025 are all deleted now. Last night / early morning, on November 28th, I had been scrolling through her Twitter for sources, so I believe this mass deletion happened overnight as I typed this, 3 a.m. November 29th. All of the remaining fan art has been deleted, and now the media tab solely has artworks of her original character going back to September 2025. I'm sorry I don't have screenshots of her old media tab to prove this, so you'll have to take my word on this one. The only thing I can provide is the version history for this doc, which proves I did check her Twitter yesterday and the link was still working. Do you know what happened before midnight November 28th? I emailed Asami. So I'm going to assume that this specific deletion spree was not a coincidence. I apologized for the harsh wording of my quote tweet back in October of her Cali timelapse, where I implied it was someone tracing over AI. Even if it looks most likely traced, I shouldn't have replied the way I did. Of course, I was quickly blocked after she saw my QRT, so there was no way to contact her. After apologizing, I briefly explained the increasing amount of artists tracing AI and expressed wanting to solve these matters privately. See, after taking a 2-week break from the stock, I started to wonder if maybe I had just hallucinated everything, and maybe all the theories about Laura's were far-fetched as I have no way to prove she did use those models. Maybe the improvement is suspiciously fast, yet disconnected, but who knows really because it's something that can't be standardized. That's why I decided to email Asami to clear things up. Quite honestly, I do not expect a reply. I asked for PSD files of any of these 4 artworks seen on the right, but I know an artist might be uncomfortable sharing PSDs with strangers, so I mentioned screenshots of the layers were okay, but told them that I know those can be edited. I didn't pick these artworks randomly though. I have a suspicion these are generated, not traced. Yet I can't confidently say they are generated because I have no evident proof and I could be wrong. They might simply look like AI because of the blur filter. Why do I suspect these might be generated? I had mentioned the Asuna issues back here, but I don't point out everything that seemed odd back then. There are some errors where I think the possibility of them being human mistakes are extremely low. But in some cases it's very ambiguous as there are genuine mistakes in art sometimes because the artist was distracted, too tired, too lazy, or was rushing to finish, maybe all of them at once. So again, we can see more inconsistencies involving details, shadows, artifacts. I mean, this one in particular is really interesting. The shadow just stops at a certain point, right? When in reality, the drawing doesn't. It's very weird. At the end of this section, Teru says, I will update this section before publishing if I receive a reply. Update. As of November 30th, I never received a response to my email.
Damn.
The next section is titled New Artworks Almost Every Single Day. So I started the stock back in October, took a break, then resumed. There were roughly 48 artworks posted of our original character through 57 days from October 3rd to November 28th. A new image posted almost every day. The account's basically all thirst bait art now, but seeing how all of them have like 20 to 60,000 likes and 100 plus comments, I'm sure the premium checkmark is going great for you, Asami. On top of that, there's the VGen commissions that aren't posted on Twitter. There are 12 reviews from October to November, which means the total artworks drawn in 57 days was over 60. Is this art output normal? I would say no, but it's not completely impossible. There are a few things to consider when it comes to art speed, such as canvas size and art style. An illustration with a background will take longer than a flat character on a white background, and a drawing done in an 800 pixel canvas generally will take less time to finish than a drawing that's 6,000 pixels tall. However, after drawing a character so many times, you'd think there would be consistency in their anatomy proportions, especially in two artworks drawn back to back. So here we can see two different drawings of Asami, and the proportions, most notably on the thigh section, is very different. We can also see a calendar with dates of all the drawings that Asami posted from October 3rd to November 28th, and as you can see, it's almost every single day with almost no breaks in between. This leads us to the next section titled AI Users Don't Learn from Mistakes. Going back to the time lapse, now that all these new artworks were posted while I was away, the first thing I noticed across these new images is that she has not bothered to learn how to draw braids despite the character having a braided sweater. So here we can see different drawings posted within the same week, and the braids are completely different in each one, with the most recent one having the worst braids compared to the first one. The most recent one was on October 8th, and Teru says the October 8th image is the one from the time-lapse she had posted before. So we can see the thought process behind the line work for these. The braids weren't part of the sketch, so the line art begins immediately. I slowed down the time-lapse and turned it into 2 GIFs so it's easier to follow. There's only one instance where an area of the braids is redrawn or corrected, but the line art is essentially still the same. There were no adjustments made. So on this GIF, we can see that the only time that a braid was corrected was the bottom. There was only one correction during the entirety of this drawing. Only one. Teru would then say, if you keep tracing AI braids instead of learning how to draw them, you are never going to draw them properly. For those who actually care about learning, there are multiple ways and techniques to draw braids, as there are many knot types. Here's a braid tutorial that I found useful when learning in the past. Teru would then include 7 more drawings that included that sweater. Again, complete inconsistency with the braids, and what's crazy too is that there's a whole inconsistency with the sweater design itself, even though this was Asami's original character and was meant to look the same with that sweater. Also, here's a difference between real braids shown in the tutorial and AI generated braids, which look very similar to what Asami had in her art. Teru would then write a sentence with a big font and highlighting the text in red, saying, for all of the reasons I have provided so far in this document, I believe that Asami's skill jump from 2022 to 2025 is not genuine. It's not impossible, just highly unlikely. Please do not use improvement speed as the only reason to suspect someone of using AI. There are real artists who practice and study hard and improve at an impressive speed in only 1 to 2 years. My assumption is that this started sometime during 2023. I don't have to wonder about the reasons or circumstances that would lead someone to build their career out of lies and fraud. It's always money and or popularity. Finally, for this section, Teru would write, request to VGen. To respect commissioners and their original characters, I have avoided using art from Asami's VGen gallery, but I want to talk about VGen for a bit. There are multiple tracers on their platform right now. I understand that as the platform grows, these fraudsters slip through the cracks, but I don't know how the vetting process to join works right now. Last I heard, it was invite codes. I don't have time to make documents like this for every single tracer out there, but I had sent what I believe to be very substantial evidence when I reported some accounts last month. It's been nearly 2 months, reports sent on October 8th, yet action was never taken on the accounts. I never received a response, so I don't even know if the reports went through. I was told they get hundreds of reports, so it will take some time to review them, but in the meantime, these people are still taking commissions from people who don't know better. Please consider separating AI reports from general platform reports if you haven't already, as this is going to keep happening from now on. AI Gen has gotten extremely accurate, yet it's not hard to catch if you ask for a PSD, but tracing AI is a more complex matter to investigate and creates distrust between all artists, especially beginners. And finally, this leads us to the last section of the document titled AI Avatars on Socials. Something I keep noticing is that accounts tracing AI sometimes have AI generated avatars. I'm not sure if Asami generated these, as it's impossible to find a source online. There's also the possibility that the images were saved and used without knowing they were AI. So as you can see, there are multiple images showing the same AI-generated character being used as an avatar on Asami's Etsy back in 2022 and their card website in the beginning of 2023. Tara would say these are Wayback Machine snapshots. However, the January 2023 avatar is still visible in her abandoned Gumroad page. And that Gumroad page still exists today. I'm surprised it's not deleted. It's right here on the top left. The soulless eye style was
So
fairly common back in
cold.
2022 when AI was not as advanced as it is today. Okay, the final page in this document would be Teru reposting Google Docs from previous controversies about tracers. There are multiple, and then would conclude this document by saying, as this becomes so prevalent, I'm afraid that in the future people might wrongfully accuse others, whether in good or bad faith. Please don't resort to hate or threats, even if something might seem very obvious at first glance. Please review these things privately first and ask other artists for a second opinion. The only reliable proof right now is live drawing in the same canvas, like Magma or Drawpile, etc., with screen capture as time lapses and recordings can be forged. So yeah, one hell of a document, am I right? To many, this was all the proof they could have ever asked for. They were convinced they didn't even need to hear Asami's side of the story. And you know who else agreed with this mindset? VGen. Very short.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Apparently she got her fucking VGen removed. That's fucking crazy.
Shortly after Teru's document dropped and caused huge commotion in the art community, VGen would go ahead and finally ban Asami from using their platform. This was a very big deal. It was VGen essentially admitting, yes, you're right, Teru. Asami is indeed breaking one of our most important rules. They're producing non-human AI art. So with the document slowly going viral and the ban taking effect on VGen, what did Asami have to say about it?
Holy shit! Hello, Raiders! Welcome in the stream! Hold on, I have two. My name is Creme and I'm a certified Silly Billy Dog Girl streamer. Hi Pookie, hi Lux, hi! Today we're doing our second day of our birthday subathon. Very exciting stuff. And to commemorate our second day, we're reacting to YouTube videos. Part of it's going to be daily dose. Some of it's just going to be stuff that I found that I felt like you guys would like to see. So, very exciting. I do have incentives. Shit. I'm losing my words. I do have incentives. I could go over them again. Another December baby. Yeah, I'm a December baby. Thank you. Thank you. The only reason why I'm doing my subathon right now is because I'm actually a Christmas baby. I like born on the day, like on Cremus. And because it's very hard to plan any like birthday thing like around that time, I figured we'll do our thank you so much for the follow, Viper. I figured that we might as well do the subathon a week before, 2 weeks before, so that way, you know, I can get this over this. Yeah, Cremus baby, thank you so much, Sakamoto, for the follow. So many follows today. I should go over the incentives. So I'm gonna go over the incentives real quick. Did I not copy and paste them? I did not. Damn it. I have to go to my other screen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, for 10 subscriptions, we get a live hand cam drawing. At 20 subs, you guys get to make the next bleed I make on Blue Sky. 30 subs gives us a Jackbox thing with chat. Very fun. At 40 subscriptions, I get to try a Hades speed run because I've never done a speed run before. I might as well start now. At 50 subs, we do a movie night in my Discord, which you can look at by hitting exclamation point Discord in the stream chat. 70 subscriptions gives us karaoke with moi. 90 subscriptions gives us a cooking stream. 100 subs, I eat spicy ramen and we make a hear me out tier list and rank them because we're all cringe and free. At 150, you guys get to make a VTuber. It's build a VTuber but with Creme. It's very fun. At 200, we get a Guilty as Sock session with moi and you guys. At 250, you guys get to make my VTuber outfit. And at 300, we get VTuber Jeopardy. So it'll be all kinds of trivia, all kinds of like lore shit. Very exciting. Jeopardy is a great one. I love Jeopardy. I miss Jeopardy. And I miss the old host. And I'm still sad. I'm still sad about that shit. Oh my goodness. And then, okay, incentives. if you gift at least one sub, you get a Discord exclusive role in the Discord server. Very exciting. Yes, same Preach. I miss them so much. I miss Trebek. I need him back, bro. Like when I'm telling you, when I saw that fucking article that was saying that he died, I literally fucking grieved in the middle of a Rite Aid. I was so mad. No. Rest in peace, King. Rest in peace, bro. At 5 gifted subs, you get an entry into an email raffle, and at 10 subs, not only do you get a Discord role, an entry into an email raffle, but you also get an entry into a PNG YouTuber model raffle. So, all very exciting stuff. But don't worry if you can't do it today. We're going to be celebrating all fucking week. And it's going to end this Saturday. Because I'm not trying to make this last longer. I can't do timers. I don't know how to do that shit. So it's just going to be till Saturday. But very exciting stuff otherwise. We're already, I believe, one sub away from hitting our first sub goal. So that's very exciting. But if you got a rate and run, please go for it. Your health is very important and you should take care of yourself, especially during the holiday season. But if you're just coming in, this artist used AI and they got exposed. And in basic summary, they took AI generated images, mostly from Laura, right? And they took it, put it into, I believe, Clip Studio Paint and or Procreate, traced over it, hid the layers where you could like see like the actual image, and then uploaded it to Twitter, claimed it as their own, right? They've been doing this for a while now, and they even offer commissions on VGen for, I shit you not. So some of these commissions, like I think the ones that I saw that we were looking at that were just like on their like little page or whatever, went from anywhere from $120 to $150. So you were paying $120 to $150 for AI slop. Fucking insane. But as Mujin just pointed out, VGen did remove Asami-chan's account on VGen, like for AI slop. Crazy. No, it's really fucking insane because you know what? We'll go back a little bit. We'll take a look at some of the art. I'm gonna try to find one that isn't porn because some of it is. So this is just an example of the artwork, right? Like this is what people thought they were getting, right? This is what people thought they were getting. They thought they were getting that, but this shit was traced over, and it passed off as Asami's. It's fucking crazy. And I don't give a shit how pretty it looks. That shit's still AI slop. I'm sorry. It is. But apparently it's fine. Like, apparently, like, we're all good because Asami did get banned on VGen. They did get their account removed because it's not just Asami that was able to get onto VGen using AI shit. That's crazy work. And like, listen, I love a hustle, but this is wrong. Exactly. I was just going over this like a little over an hour ago, but like, make your hustle however you want. If you're not hurting anybody, if you're not, being a detriment to society, like, you can make your money however you want, but using AI generated images, tracing over them, claiming them as your own, and then making people pay like over $100 for it is fucking crazy work to get your money. I will never respect that shit. Like, be so for fucking real. Like, I'm gonna go on a little tangent real quick, if you guys don't mind, because I was accused of tracing once. I was, if you wouldn't believe it. It was fucking crazy. So, in response to being accused of such shit, I posted a speed paint. Right? And I posted it basically just showing like, hey, like, this is how I go about my normal process, right? And keep in mind, most of the time, I use a lot of the work that I do for my art is hand-drawn first and then put into, Procreate, and then that's what's used, right? You can even see this on TikTok. And again, I posted this to Blue Sky, and then I proceeded to post my speed paints on Blue Sky for fucking days straight afterwards. Because, again, if you're gonna accuse someone of fucking using, like, tracing or AI shit or claiming shit as their own like that, you have to be fucking precise with that shit. Right? And the person who posted a Google Doc exposing Asami-chan was on point with that shit. I'm talking, they had fucking GIFs of the speed paints and arrows pointing to shit, like timestamps, everything. You said they're not gonna slander my name. No, dude, exactly. It was fucking insane. Cause listen, I take pride in the fact that like I do my own art, right? You know what? You know what? We're gonna take a little field trip real quick. We're gonna take a little field trip to my TikTok real quick, just so you guys can fucking understand. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Fire Department Chronicles? Okay, no, get out of here. All right. We're gonna do a quick example, right? So this is a recent speed paint that just got uploaded. So that's the original image, right? That's the original image. That's the shit that I drew. And then I just trace it over in fucking Procreate. And then I have the other image as a reference. This is what I'm fucking talking about when I tell you guys, right? Like, hey, have fun trying to accuse me of tracing. If this is tracing, bro, if this is tracing, then the rest of us who also trace from this shit, we're screwed, right? Fucking, and it's not just that. I started posting my speed paints more on my TikTok now, which by the way, you can go follow, hee. I post more of that shit on my, thank you. I post some more of that shit on here now just because I realized that like there's a lot more people that really like seeing my speed paints, right? This is another example, right? Taking this shit, and this is just an example of digital. Taking this shit to do some Yume shit because I like Yume shipping. Okay, leave me alone. But like, you know, all of this to say, if you're gonna accuse somebody of fucking tracing, bro, you have to be on point with that shit. You have to like I'm talking like proving that someone is tracing is kind of like proving like the moon landing or that the Ark of the Covenant exists, right? You have to be on point with that shit, right? The person who posted this Google Doc on Asami was on fucking point, and it is like it. If it wasn't that good, VJang would not have taken this account down. That's what I need you guys to understand. That account would not. Exactly. You cannot. And we've seen this happen before, right? Where people, even nowadays, are being accused of like using AI for tracing and being an AI artist when some of it is human mistakes. It's hard because AI art is getting that much better, which is really scary, especially when you consider like people are getting fired now because of AI, because these companies are like, oh shit, this is cheaper and easier than hiring actual people, so you're cut now, bye-bye. Like, you know, tangent over, just, it's fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. Okay? Like, bruh.
So with the document slowly going viral and the ban taking effect on VGen, what did Asami have to say about it? Well, initially, nothing, which made many people who were outraged with the document go to the most recent post from November 30th, one day before the Google Doc got posted.
Okay.
And they all replied with their grievances, either linking the document itself or just calling out this person for using AI tracing.
Stop it.
What happened to those people, you ask? Well, they got blocked and their replies were hidden. But thankfully, you can see hidden replies. And there are many, like this one right here, with an elephant saying, "Address me."
I love that fucking kid. Address me, and it's the elephant in the room. Oh my god. Wait, I love that shit. And I also have this, I haven't been able to fucking use it yet. But there's this meme that I saved from like way back when like that whole quiet thing was going on with that YouTuber. And it was literally an image that was to say like, here's a space for you to write your apology and shit. And I kept that saved and I haven't been able to use it. And I'm so mad. I just want to be able to use it. But like, dude, I love this shit. Like, all the other shit regarding Twitter aside, this is my favorite shit. Replies like this. This is fucking funny.
Then, 2 days would pass since the document would come out, and on December 3rd, Asami would post this drawing of their persona, giggling with the caption, "Ah, wonderful, a full comedy show. Ah, sorry, I forgot, you prefer the word drama."
Oh!
This meant to show us that this document that was made was nothing more than petty drama. It doesn't affect anything
my
they've
god.
ever made so far.
All
The next
right.
day, however, on December 4th, Asami would take on a completely different tone. making
Really?
a post saying, "This drama isn't about AI or art. It's someone trying to destroy me with lies. Someone who argues with me and acts like a judge, prosecutor, and executioner. What you see in the
Really?
picture is the way this person attacks me. This is who you're supporting. I don't have to prove myself to anyone, but by supporting people like this, you're choosing what kind of person you are. You're doing a witch hunt, but I don't really enjoy tanning." While her own drawings don't even get 1,000 likes, her attacks get thousands of likes. Do you think this is about art? And the picture that Asami is referring to is their inbox on their email, in which we can see that many of the emails were adult websites confirming registration with Asami's email.
What the
It's
fuck?
interesting though, because in the post they say, "What you see in the picture is the way this person attacks me."
I was just gonna say that. So I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. So you're saying, right? Guys, this person's attacking me. This is a result of them attacking me. You guys are supporting this? You're all pieces of shit. Show screenshots showing their fucking verification emails for what? Gooner shit? Brother! Like, listen, it's okay. It's okay to be a gooner in the big 25. It's cool, but like, what the fuck? Nah, because you know what? I'm gonna take notes now. Because anybody tries to say I'm stinky, I could be like, no, guys, look, they're being mean to me. And it's just a fucking, like, it's just like this. Like, what are we saying here? What are we talking about?
Yet, having read the document myself in this video word for word, I don't think there was ever a time in which Teru encouraged people to use Asami's email to sign up to adult websites. Then, on that same day, we're still December 4th, Asami would make a long post, and with that post would be attached
But
a
like,
video
that wasn't
of a
the argument,
time-lapse
Miss
with them
Asami. What about your
drawing their-
tracing? Exactly! It's like, listen, I don't give a shit if you're a gooner. What the fuck is up with the tracing? I'm gonna go grab some food. I'm gonna be right back. We're gonna go back to my be right back screen, which, by the way, also not Trace Asami. It's not hard to make fucking art, dipshit. Alright, I'll be back. Hey bitches, I got Jack in the Box. Woo! Fucking, and also the little doggy that I'm here with, she's fucking excited. You're so excited. You're so excited. You're so cute. Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? She's so sweet. I love this dog so much. Okay. I am sitting up. I am getting bundled. I am ready to nom and watch this stupid fucking statement that she made. Because if we know anything about people who get caught in a lie, this shit better be dog water ass.
websites. Then, on that same day, we're still December 4th,
Oh
Asami
boy.
would make a long post, and with that post would be attached a video of a time-lapse with them drawing their character. Here's what was said. Long time ago, when I first opened my Etsy, my art really wasn't good. I even used the first cute picture I found online as my profile image. I didn't even know what AI was back then. And if you
Bruh.
look at my old Etsy orders, you can clearly see I never delivered anything in that style anyway. I tried so many styles. I spent a long time experimenting, even copying the styles of artists I admired, because I was learning and trying to get my own style. I played with 3D posing tools like everyone else, using MMD to understand poses. I tried backgrounds from places like Pinterest or Google because I wasn't good at them yet, like downloading backgrounds from Pinterest and drawing characters on them myself. Eventually, I realized none of that really felt like me. And yes, I still don't know how to draw guns. I honestly don't care to. I can look up a reference, but to me, they all look the same, so I just don't enjoy drawing them.
Okay, guys. So, if we're going by this logic, so you mean to tell me an M16 is the same as a shotgun? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, like, I don't give a shit to learn how basic guns look, because they all look the same anyway. Motherfucker, shut up! Come on!
Now I found my own style, something that finally feels like home, and I draw with confidence. Yet some people love acting like judges or lawyers online, looking for someone to tear down for attention. Sometimes it works on others, but I'm still here. And the reason I never talked about any of this before is simple. I needed time to see people's true faces. Some
Oh
chose to
my
follow the crowd
God.
without thinking, and honestly,
I didn't talk about this before because I needed people to show me who they really were. I needed to see if they were fucking on my side. Like, no, dude, you didn't say shit because your ass got caught. You wanted to be sneaky. You wanted to be on some snake shit. That's why you didn't fucking say anything, you puss. Like, what are you saying? Like, nah, bro. I met too many people like you, bro. You all act the same fucking way on some snake shit. Knock it off, bro. Ay.
cleared my space in the best way. I don't regret anything I've done. My responses were exactly what they needed to be. I'm still here. Before speaking, try thinking for a moment. That goes for everyone.
Oh, shut up!
This is Asami defending themselves in the face of these accusations that they call unwarranted. This time-lapse was meant to prove it. Here we can see the sketch and the final line art. We can see them making mistakes. It almost seems like they're actually drawing for real. And I'm being completely honest with you, right? As someone who doesn't draw for a living or doesn't even draw at all, for a second, they kind of got me. I started believing it. I started thinking, wait, was that document just not real? It wasn't true? Why am I even making this video? This time lapse is 7 minutes long, and honestly, it looks pretty damn accurate. And they just drew everything in front of my eyes on a tablet with a pen. The sentiment started to slowly start spreading around. You'd see quite a few quote tweets in support of Asami, calling this some sort of unwarranted witch hunt, accusing people like Teru for going after innocent artists and making drama out of nothing. For a second, it seemed like the tide was shifting, but Asami wasn't done just yet. Someone would quote tweet their time-lapse and say, this doesn't really prove you haven't been using AI at all, you simply aren't using it here. We all know you can draw, but proof, especially the gun error, shows you resort to AI to make the process of drawing faster without informing anyone and your clients about that part. Asami would personally quote tweet this and say, are you okay? I made this drawing in just an hour and a half. Do you really think I need this? So it went from this is AI to of course you know how to draw, really a comedy show or just people unable to handle it. Someone else would quote Asami's tweet about the email spam, and they'd say, in quotations, quoting Asami, this drama isn't about AI or art, it's someone trying to destroy me with lies, someone who argues with me. Which they add, why this part sounds like it's written by ChatGPT. Oh no. It's getting worse, apologizing is easier. Oh no! Asami would yet again personally quote tweet this and say, all the people in the world should apologize to you for not knowing that all the people in the world do not speak English. I'm sorry, crying emoji. I guess your next comment will be, why do you use Google? Oh, sorry, why was the internet invented? The mood was starting to shift. Asami was simply not going to take it without fighting back. This was their reputation after all, and according to them, the M- is such a ChatGPT thing. Is it really?
The M-? Oh, the long one. Okay, I was like confused. I was like, that has a name. Okay. I didn't know that was a ChatGPT thing though. Well, okay. Because I remember I was talking to a couple college classmates about this because I'm in a creative writing class. And one of the things that we were discussing was how, you know how like when you turn into work now, like teachers will use programs like turn it in. I have to use it for work and it's everywhere. No, it's actually so bad. But like, one of the things that they mentioned was that the Oxford comma is now going to be considered like, oh, like that's AI. Nobody ever actually fucking uses that. And it's like, hey, I've been using the Oxford comma, and I didn't know that it was an Oxford comma. You're telling me that my shit could be labeled as AI because of a singular comma. I think it was like, I do, exactly. There's no idea. Like, dude, it's literally, for those of you who don't know what a Oxford comma is, it's like, how do I explain it? It's like first this, comma, then this, comma, and then finally, comma, this. That's the Oxford comma. It's just it's that third comma. And somehow, motherfuckers are like, yeah, that's AI. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's the correct way? Apples, oranges, and cake. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, Nah, guys, that's totally AI, because there's no way somebody uses commas that fucking much. Nobody uses punctuation. That's stupid. That's dumb. Like, oh my god. What is this, girl? I hear a puppy over here. What are you? Oh, you're chewing your toy. Okay. I was like, what is she chewing over here? And it's just her ratty toy. It's so funny. But that's mad, bro. We're also coming up to ads soon, but if you want to skip those, maybe drop a sub. Mwah. Okay. Let me. Oh, there we go. Apples, oranges, and cake. Not and Oxford, comma. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Because for some reason, I don't know, bro. That shit's fucking cringe. Like, maybe just don't use AI, bro. Maybe just learn to write and learn to draw. You know? Maybe instead of having a lack of creativity, maybe just, I don't know, teach yourself. I don't know. Anyway, we gotta move on.
Well, some people might have started to believe that, but a day or two later, after carefully scrutinizing the time-lapse, actual artists would have something to say. On December 5th, 2025, someone would say, "Very interesting looking color wheel you're using here," pointing out the fact that the color wheel had very weird colors. Look, a color wheel is meant to represent RGB values. You're meant to see red, orange, yellow, blue, but also green. There was no green whatsoever on this color wheel. Someone would quote tweet this and say, "Dude, are we dead ass? She chroma keyed out the green to hide the AI underneath." Chroma keying is the process used for green screens. You tell your editing software to just pretty much eliminate anything that looks like this color. People usually use green because it's not really very common to see it on clothing or other products.
Oh my god.
Someone recreating this in their own video, saying, "Not gonna lie, that's a very big brain move. I had to test it myself." Watch. So we can see the main art turning green. They just chroma keyed it. This allows them to keep drawing on top, right? As the time lapse isn't picking up the fact that this got chroma keyed because it's chroma keyed. It's not meant to show up in the time-lapse. They're literally tracing and you have no idea. It is incredibly smart. Like, you have to give credit where credit is due. Asami traced over green AI art and then used editing software to remove the green from her tablet.
Stop
That's
it.
a lot of effort that you could have used to actually learn how to draw. After
Stop
the
it.
findings, Asami's time-lapse video would get community noted.
No.
It would say, "Green is completely missing from the color wheel at 1:16, but reappears later in the video. This points to the video being chroma keyed, which can be used to trace over a hidden green layer as demonstrated in the second link." This is the video we just saw. This post refutes none of the AI accusations.
Exactly.
Asami's plan had essentially backfired horrendously. The thing with tracers and people who use AI is that they heavily underestimate how smart artists actually are, or how familiar they are with the tools that these tracers claim to be using. I mean, ask yourself this. Would you try to scam a carpenter who's been in his profession for 20 years with a cheap piece of wood? No. He'll see right through you. Why would you do the same with an artist? It doesn't make sense. You're an idiot. Teru had literally said,
Hold on, I need to look.
You.
We need to look at this meme, bro, because okay. I gotta voice act this real quick. Okay. Yeah, I scam paying clients with AI art, but you're mean, and that's worse. No, man. Listen, I mean, like, oh my god. Bruh. Come on.
Why would you do the same with an artist? It doesn't make sense. You're an idiot. Teru had literally said this under their Google Doc. To Asami, if you even consider replying to this, do know that I'm very much aware of AR tracing, so if you record a video of you drawing IRL, it better not just show your iPad screen and your hand holding your pen.
Bro.
This is also another way of faking time lapses, by the way. AR tracing is yet another method other than
oh
chroma
my
keying.
god!
On December 4th, after Asami would post the time lapse, Teru would quote tweet that tweet we just read and say, "I had seen the situation happen once, so I'm not surprised," smiley face. Trying to disprove
textbook victim who's actually in the wrong mentality. Exactly. Just listen, guys. I may have lied to you, and I may have manipulated the truth, but you guys are actually just mean, and that's worse than anything I did. You guys gotta stop being mean to me. That's rude. Fucking Like, no, we cannot be serious. We cannot be genuinely fucking using this excuse of like, well, you guys were mean to me. Like, we cannot be serious, bro. Like, I'm sorry, excuse me, but like, fuck, man. I mean, I may have murdered one person, but like, why did you yell at me? Dude, okay, it's like the same thing. I've seen this meme before. Like with the, I don't know if you guys know, like the Eltingville Club. It's like the same thing where it's like, guys, like they literally, one of them literally burned down a building over comic shit. No, guys, they were stimming. Oh my god, guys. Like, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. That shit never fucking works. Because you just look worse. You look like a piece of shit. Like, didn't Cha-Cha Chilla do this? Like, didn't Cha-Cha Chilla do that exact same shit where she was, like, trying to be all, like, sad boy and shit? Like, just to gain sympathy and to be like, well, like, guys, like, I may have, like, doxed somebody. I may have, like, harassed somebody at a fucking, like, come on, man. It is icky. It's fucking cringe. And I won't stand for that shit. Like, nah.
Someone when they show you their tablet in real time is nearly impossible. And
Right.
last time the person who did it still managed to fool people.
Bro.
The only way to prove someone is using AR or referencing from another screen is a recording of their whole setup. That's one of the main reasons why Asami was invited to draw with someone else on a website where they can't cheat like this. And they refused. Surprise, surprise. I was going to end this video by saying, oh, we don't know what's going to happen. Will they delete their account? Will they keep posting? Well, now we got our answer. They took full advantage of the whole parasocial aspect of online content creation, and now they'll always have a dedicated fan base that doesn't really care if this is AI generated or not, as long as they get to live their fantasy. Asami, however, is nothing more than just another drop in the ocean. There are many people like this. This is why it's important that you take the documentary road seriously and you look for these different signs that were pointed out before you commission an artist.
Exactly.
At the same time, though, if you're not familiar with art and you're not an expert illustrator yourself, you shouldn't call out any artists for using AI. This has happened before, these false witch hunts, and they never end well. This is why AI and its role in the arts is so complex.
Exactly.
I wish artists the best, and I hope that we can find a solution to AI stealing all their work without compensating them.
Exactly.
Be careful out there with who you commission, and thank you so much for watching until the end. Don't forget to use the code MUJIN for 10% off your Gamer Subs order, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that is. I love you so much. Mwah.
Hey, honey, forget about the AI, okay? If you do, I promise I'll be your girlfriend. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, Shay. Oh, okay, can I talk about this for a minute? Can I talk about the shit that happened with Shay real quick? Let me move this to another fucking video. But, like...
Hello, everyone. This is...
Shush, for a second. Okay, can I talk a little bit about the shit that was happening with fucking Shay? Okay, because... Now, I don't know much about Shay, right? At all, okay? But the only reason I knew that Shay existed was because I used to react to, some now and again, I'll react to those video compilations of like, oh, gamers react to this thing. And I would watch some of these compilations specifically around Deltarune because I finished chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I was like, oh my god, like, I need more content. And Shay was one of the fucking people that I saw. Because they were wearing, like, a Chris cosplay. And I was like, oh my god, like, that's so funny, right? That's so whimsical. I didn't really think too much of Shay. Because I was just like, oh, cool. Like, they didn't really stand out to me too much. And then the document drops. Like, bro. Oh! Okay. So, let me go over this past video again. So, that was from Mujin. How a new AI art method managed to trick over 100,000 people. The unprecedented case of Asami Arts. I'm going to link it in the VOD upload that goes up on YouTube. But that's the video. And now we're going to watch some Daily Dose.
Hello, everyone. This is your Daily Dose of Internet. This truck almost fell off a bridge, and the driver needed to be rescued.
That's scary. What the fuck? Like, nah, dude. I would die. Hi, Georgia. Hi, sweetheart.
This reporter was trying to record a news segment when this happened.
Wardrobe. It's going to be short-lived.
Oh, no.
Do again? Yeah.
Oh! Oh my god! What were you doing up on the roof?
That's a lemon lemonini.
This raccoon snuck into a liquor store and drank a bunch of alcohol.
Oh, I've
and was
seen
found
this!
Passed out sleeping in the bathroom.
I've seen this! He literally gets so hammered. He gets crunk, bro. Like, dude, that's me. No. Sorry, the special guest made her way up here. Lay down. Good girl. Is that a... Oh, that's a cat. I thought it was a squirrel. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, I love those. I love those where it's like, it's the fucking, like, the paint removal and shit, and it just comes out so nice, like, so clean. It's just, you know? Oh my god, I love those. It's so satisfying. Have you guys seen the ones where it's like, it's on the paint palettes, and it's like, they slowly start, like, chipping away at it, and it's just like, it just comes, like, right off like that? Like, oh my god, it's so good. Tree. Oh shit.
They
Strong
decided
tree.
that this was the year that they would install their upside down tree.
What the fuck? Listen, I gotta give props, but like, how? Oh my god. And if that tree hit her, there would have been another Live Leaks upload.
Okay, wait. Teach me.
Oh no. Oh! Shit. No! Oh.
A few days ago, this giant dust storm was spotted in Australia.
Oh shit. See, if I wasn't scared for the fact that this is like a, it was like what, like a sandstorm, if I wasn't scared of that fact, this actually looks kind of cool. There you go. You sit your booty down. You sit your booty down, ma'am. Sit your booty down. Sit your booty down.
This is why hiking in the rain probably isn't
Miss
a good
Girl,
idea.
sit down. Miss Girl, sit down. She'll figure it out. There we go. Oh my god.
He dropped his cleaning magnet, but his fish was smart enough to help him out.
Lay down. I see you here, but you gotta lay down, honey.
Haley,
You gotta
did
relax.
you see a magic trick?
I did.
Would you like your watch back?
Oh! Damn!
Haley, did you see a magic trick?
Yeah.
No. Would you like your watch back?
Oh! See, dude, okay. If I ever have an actual, like, birthday party for 2022, I'm a little lady. Like, if I ever have, like, an actual birthday party to that, I want to hire a magician, bro. I really do. Or if I ever have, like, a wedding later on, if things all... No, you need to lay down, ma'am. You cannot have my food. I see you looking at me with those big old eyes. You cannot. No. 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 She's giving me these fucking whale eyes, chat. No. You cannot have my food, ma'am. You have food in the kitchen. You have food in the kitchen you could be eating. I've been giving you food. You have food in the kitchen. You need to go eat that. If you eat this shit, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get poo-poos everywhere. Can't be doing that. Yeah, see, she stopped fucking wagging her tail as soon as I said that. You just relax. She's so funny. But yeah, like, if I ever, like, had, like, a bachelorette party or some shit, or, like, a birthday party, I want to hire a magician. I feel like that would be so fucking fun. Because it's shit like this.
Magic trick? Yeah. Would you like your watch back?
No, honey.
His wheelchair
No,
Santa was seen
relax.
having a super fun time.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Me.
Заказал себе вот такой вот липер. Зона, буду сейчас фоточки делать. Значит, повыше.
Bruh.
He caught his child trying to bring $8,000 to school.
Okay, but let me check the book bag.
No. No.
Oh my god. I think I've seen this video too, because I was like, wait, how much money was in there? Look at that! $100 bills, bro! Holy shit. I know, honey, it's crazy. $100! There was $100 in that bag. Like, I remember, like, in my middle school, there was a girl that I knew who stole $100 from our principal. And it was genuinely the craziest shit. Like, like you're telling me you somehow managed to go into the principal's office because you got called for whatever reason and you came back out with $100. I do not want to not be friends with you, bro, because what the fuck?
Ooh, $8,000.
So I guess schools are the Spider-Man of the animal world.
I was doing some ninja that, bro. I'm telling you.
Aww. Bless you. Oh, poor thing.
Los hijos míos se pasaron. Yo busca y busca el pantaloncito del bebé.
What
Mija,
the
se lo han
fuck?
puesto al gallo. ¿Cómo
How
se
do
lo
you even
pusieron?
get the
No
chicken to agree to that?
So I guess drag race tracks are really sticky. This guy learned to ride a bike with one leg.
What the fuck?
This guy forgot to close his sunroof when going through a car wash.
Oh no. Boy, you need to take a shower. Oh. No.
So I just
Oh, it
found out
wasn't
that
that much.
planes are allowed to have names.
We're at the airport, and I see this airplane over here with the name Saint Sierra.
Huh.
This is our airplane. Play me my plane face.
He decided to get his own son in trouble for no reason.
Oh my god. Oh.
Get this out of here, girl. You.
Oh.
Get out, or I'm gonna throw it in the trash.
This dog really hates these wipers.
Why you barking like that?
This cat learned to use the doorbell when they want to come back inside.
Okay, that's pretty chill.
This $1 million car was seen trying to survive these heavy rains.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, got it in there.
That's not gonna work anymore.
Hello.
Nah, cause watch. He's gonna go take that car out the next day. And that shit's just not gonna run. It's just filled with water and whimsy.
My name is Nicholas. This is Cornelius Crow.
Hello, Cornelius.
I found him in the Taco Bell parking lot.
She managed to teach her cat to close the door.
帮妈妈关一下门。
Aww. Kitty.
His police buddies wanted to prank
That's so
him when he got
cute.
in the car.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
These cats don't know how to share their food.
Because their greed sickens me.
By the power invested in me by all of you people, I pronounce them husband and wife.
Yay! So cute. Oh! No! What the fuck?
They spotted this raccoon sleeping in a tree.
Oh, he's just having a little nap. He's having a little honk shoe. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Bruh. No. Oh. No. Oh my god. Okay. So that was our daily dose. Now, before we go on to the next video I want to go over, I want to look at a different one real quick. About a fat rat that is greedy for cornflakes. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at how fat he is. His greed sickens me. Your ass does not need more food, Cornelius. Sit your ass back down. Look at him. Look at this thing. Look at this creature. Just look at him. He is greedy. He is a chunk. That's not even a rat anymore. That is a unit. Look at him. Is this what fucking VTubers think Boo the Rat is? Like, what the fuck? Look at him! Okay, that's enough. But that's another video I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was funny. Okay, but we gotta move on to someone named Chef K.
Kay is back. And look, I still have not figured out if
Oh, hi, Bose.
the food doesn't.
And this is by Bose, by the way. I love Bose. She is so great. And I binge watch her stuff all the fucking time. I love that woman. But yes, cooking.
Good if she's trying. I really don't know at this point. I don't know. Welcome back, sister. Today, we're making a souffle omelet.
Oh.
I guess nearly a souffle omelet.
Hi people.
Hi,
and I'm
Kay.
back
Hi, Kay.
again, and today I'm going to be making a fluffy
Fluffy?
fluffy souffle omelette.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says on my paper, but I can guarantee you it ain't going to turn out right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's all my ingredients.
Okay, I feel like that gives. Wait, why are these in cleaning buckets? I guess they're mixing bowls, but this looks like a mop bucket.
Bring a bucket and a mop, put this foot in. Fluffy.
So we've got some butter flakes, we've got some egg, and then
Okay.
we've got an empty container.
That's all my ingredients.
Okay.
And for a start,
I'm thinking you should do more egg.
I've got in my bowls. In here,
Uh-huh.
I've got some egg yolks.
Yeah?
Egg yolks,
And then
yeah.
here,
What's in there, Kay?
I've got the white.
Egg white. Okay,
Oh.
we are off to a good start. And honestly, it sounds to me like she knows that she doesn't really know how to make a fluffy egg omelet, but she's gonna give it her all. And
Okay.
honestly, Kay has been cooking a lot over the years.
Okay.
There is a chance that we could nail this. Like, how
She's gonna
about
try
we
her
mess with
best.
an omelet, except perhaps burning it a little bit.
Well, we're going to start with
She's
the
gonna try her
egg
best.
yolks first by giving them a good mix and add some salty
Okay.
That's so
Hey,
much
cookies
salt.
are-
pepper. I don't even know
That's
if you
so
know
much
that.
pepper.
Oh, there is, yeah, it's a full-
Okay, okay,
full
okay.
bottle.
K, ma'am. Can I call you K? That is so much salt. You don't need that much salt. That's why they say a pinch is enough. Also, I love how this is a reaction to a reaction. That's funny. Excuse me. But like K, you don't need that much salt. That's why they say it's a pinch. You take a little bit, like a minuscule amount, and then you go shh, and then that's it, and then you're done. Why are you dousing it? Why are you doing it with like a 1-2 count?
Yep. It's just stuck in there, Kay. You gotta crack it against the counter a couple times and it'll come right out.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then it says add milk.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's that.
Okay.
So give that a good mix. And put that aside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, now we get the egg whites.
That looks like bro.
It doesn't say to put any.
I know you guys know. I'm looking at this. We know what this looks like. I'm not gonna say it, but we know.
Any salty or peppier in this.
Okay.
But that'll go on, probably go on the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my.
Okay.
I thought they were coming out. I'm going to get my faithful old whisks out. Is it there? Can you see him on camera? Yes, he's here. And I'm going to whisk it off camera because, as you know, it's loud and I don't want to.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Well, I just don't want to do it loud.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now that's
okay. Beautiful peaks, Kay. We're 2 minutes in. You know, I feel like we really.
This
just gotta
looks nice.
mix that butter, this egg yolk, and these egg whites, and we're good to go, guys.
This looks
it's
yummy.
Very possible here that we could have a good recipe from Kay.
Right.
nice and fluffy.
Nice and fluffy.
Get off. Get off.
Okay.
Right, they can go into soap. And in this...
I do have faith in her, Yenny. I'm trying.
You've got a pancake, but you haven't got it switched on.
Okay.
Right, let me just switch my pan on.
Mm-hmm.
Is that ring? Yeah. So I'm gonna. You said to put it on low.
Now, is that butter in there? I'm assuming that's butter in there. Okay. I'm assuming that's butter, because I don't know why I looked at that shit. I thought it was garlic cloves, but it's butter.
Number 3. Now I have got some
just straight up butter.
Butter. Can you see? Yeah. I've got some butter in the pan.
Butter.
Is it switched on? No, okay. Are you going to get anywhere with that cooker switched on? No, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the egg yolks that I beated earlier.
Okay.
I have to stand up for this.
Were you?
It's poured.
You have to stand up for this.
Yeah.
Were you sitting down cooking? Okay, I'm not gonna judge. Haven't seen it before. Not gonna judge. Maybe she needs to have a little sit. We love Kay.
Yeah.
We love Kay.
Maybe she needs to have a sit. Okay, she's mixing.
Now it's just the lady did say don't do it all in one go. So
okay,
I'm mixing it while I'm folding it in, as it's called.
Okay.
So a bit more.
Okay. What is it, Mama?
Then knock the pan over.
So cute.
And the last bit.
Okay.
Which I will just keep folding over.
She's folding.
I'll just keep folding it over. That's all I can do.
One in the chat if you think that this might actually turn out pretty okay. 2 in the chat if you're a faithless monster and you don't think that it's going to turn out okay.
Okay.
Today,
I think it might look fine. It might be a little burnt. It might be like the edges might be a little fucked up. But I think that Kay's gonna come out of this with a pretty edible omelet. That's the whole point of it, right? I don't give a shit how ugly that omelet looks. I just need it to be edible. That's all.
on this day in November, I choose to be in one. We're about 4 minutes in. We're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
All we gotta do now is cook it.
Not teamed.
That butter's moving.
So I'm just going to keep mixing that.
You gotta spread that butter around the pan.
Yeah. Is the butter melting? No.
It's moving, Kay.
Right, so all we can do is wait for the butter to melt, and then
You gotta move it around.
That turns out exactly like the ladies on the video.
Okay, you gotta move the butter around the pan while it's melting. You gotta get a little spatula or like a fork, and you gotta spread it around the pan. That way, when you're putting the egg in, the egg mixture, you're gonna start to fold it. You tell them, girl. You tell them. But like, you know, when you're putting it on and shit, it makes it easier so that way it doesn't stick to the pan. You're supposed to do that, Kate.
The butter has melted in the pan.
Okay. I'm a little nervous because that's been sitting there for a while.
And I'm not going to pour it all in because it's only supposed to be 2 eggs.
Okay.
And I've done a lot more. So,
oh wait. Oh God. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't think about it now. Just cooking up a mixture of egg and milk in butter? Oh no.
That might be too much. Move it
Oh.
around the pan.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh no. No, cause it just looks like a fucking blob. Yeah, honey. She's like booping at my computer. What is it? What is it? She's so cute. Not for you, ma'am. Look at that shit.
I don't like that.
Now, because it's on a low heat,
Oh
it's going
no.
to take a while to do.
Oh my God, I'm
But
gonna
you
throw
can
up.
see
Does anyone else have this problem?
Let me see.
I hate. Oh my God.
Wait, let me see the shit.
it's going to take a while to do.
Oh my God, I'm
But
gonna
you
throw
can
up.
see
Does anyone else have this problem? I hate the smell of burnt eggs. Like if eggs get like brown in a saucepan and they have this very particular smell. Does anyone else know what I'm talking about? That is one of the most like sickening smells to me. Okay, some of you guys have that. Dude.
Okay, I don't know about the burnt or smelled eggs. I know I don't like the smell of quinoa because for some reason it has like a very specific smell. I don't like it. It actually makes me gag. And like my mom used to make us eat quinoa when I was a kid because, you know, you gotta eat healthy and shit. So she was like, oh, quinoa. That shit smelled like ass. It didn't even taste like anything, but somehow it still managed to smell like ass. Like, what the fuck was that?
Dude, I can't do it. I can smell the pan. I can smell the pan.
not into set.
Oh, this is my own personal hell. Why did I not?
Which is very good, but it's not fully set. So it needs to be all set. Well, it needs to be all set and that's it.
Uh-oh.
Right, trying to pick it up.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I had faith. I had faith in you, Kay. What is this?
Pick it up to flip it
It's
over.
like we turn a corner into hell.
It's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to.
No.
Oh my God.
Supposed to turn it over like that, and it's supposed to be nice and fluffy.
You didn't put anything in the middle? That's not an omelet anymore. That's just burnt egg. Dude, that's not even an omelet anymore. You didn't put cheese? You didn't put fucking, you know, a little vegetable? A little fucking, I don't know, mushroom, some tomatoes, some cheese. That's the whole point of it being an omelet.
For some reason, mine's not nice and fluffy, but exactly everything.
No.
To the letter. Even to the bit of to get the bottom bit done.
Hey, please. They're done. They're done. They're done. They will keep cooking when you take it out of the pancake. It will keep cooking. Please, God.
Well, I don't think it's a fluffy one.
No, I don't either. I don't either, Kay. That's not fluffy. That's burnt. Like.
So it's a failed souffle omelette. That's all I can say because it.
Oh my God.
Nice and fluffy.
Kay.
Yeah.
I think she knows.
I mean, she literally said it. She was like, "Oh, this isn't."
If she got me in the first half. I think she knows because that was too sharp of a turn, too sharp of a descent.
So, failed attempt, but
You don't need to keep cooking it.
say it's probably a bit better.
Ah.
I have just pinched a bit out of the pan. And as you
Okay.
can see, it has risen a little bit. So
Okay.
it wasn't a full failed attempt. So let's have a
Was it not a full fail attempt? Was it not?
go. No, is it?
Oh, she's gonna eat it.
Oh no.
Good, 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 good.
Okay. Okay. Do not lie and tell me that that's delicious. Don't lie to me right now.
Tasting that omelette.
Okay. Look at me in my face right now. Tell me that that's good. Look me in my eye.
It is rather salty. Nice.
Yeah, cause you put like a 4 count of salt. You literally were shaking it. You did 1, 2, 3, 4. You did a 4 count. No wonder that shit was salty.
This is demonic.
This is quite salty. Now whether I put too much in, I don't know. But anyway, it was really, really nice.
Oh, was it?
Right, there's nothing I can add to that apart from an empty plate again.
Oh, really?
Be a small piece. So, if there's going to be a link in the description to my merchandise.
Thank you, Kay. I feel like I just went into fight or flight mode.
Thank you, Kay. That was so nice. Oh my god. Okay. Now listen, I understand that this might be one of her first couple times that she's been cooking. But like, I'm just wondering, how the fuck, how did we go from, oh wait, no, this actually looks fine, to whatever that was? That's just making me count. Moral of the lesson, moral of the story there, please learn to cook. It'll be important as you get older, and it is a fundamental skill.
Found a wild...
Shut up. Okay, so this is another one that I was wanting to look at. It's a Tampa police chase from Charlie. Charleston critical. Sonar critical. Sonar from dispatch. Looking at Champa car chases. And then probably to round it all off, we'll be looking at a game review. And then somehow it's actually made because I miss that guy so much.
One, it's called He Carjacked a Mustang, wrecked 7 cars, and jumped into the Gulf.
Oh.
They're not serious wrecks, he just sideswipes the cars mostly. Alright, as long as no one got hurt, I'll check it out.
Okay.
Pinellas County? I know exactly where that's at.
I don't know where that is.
This is actually in Tampa.
This is actually Florida.
Well, it's at Tampa.
Florida is real.
Adjacent.
Facts, my brother. Speak your shit
Anything I
indeed.
recognize, I just immediately rope into Tampa. 1 man, 3 stolen cars, 7 wrecks, and a swim for freedom.
Oh.
Okay.
Carjacking a couple at the wheel.
This is trailer 3.
Dashcam footage.
Yeah, I do like how it's set up very GTA-esque. It is unbelievable how big body cams have become. There are thousands of body cams uploaded every day now.
But I love all of them because, like, listen, I love the idea of, like, because here's the thing, you know, because sometimes there's cases where it's like, oh, like, someone who is being arrested for doing something stupid thinks that they're fucking smart, and then you release body cam footage, and it's like, no, you're a dumbass. But also, it's important to have that kind of body cam footage out there, so that way if there was something wrong or something bad on either side's part, then the community could come and call it out. You know, it's very important that body cams exist. You know, right? But then you also get shit like this, where you get to watch a fucking car chase. Like, there's a lot of great benefits to this shit.
How's this driving?
Okay.
Signal 12, driver door splapping in the
Oh.
wind.
Oh. Dude, he fucking maneuvered.
If he had just ruined that old school hot rod.
That would have been so bad.
I don't know what the fuck this thing is, but this is... It looks like a piece of candy corn.
That's a Futurama mobile.
Some kind of old, like, 1950s Ford concept car or something. I don't know what it is. That shit is weird.
Yeah, that's a Futurama mobile.
It's
like,
a
what the
Plymouth
fuck?
Prowler. It's early 2000s.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
shows
I
what I
guess.
know about cars. This is early 2000s?
Fuck,
That's so
man.
embarrassing. What the fuck, man? If this was like the 50s or something, it'd be cool. That's just kind of cringe.
Okay, there he
I
goes.
wish
There he
I
goes.
recognized the area, but I don't know Pinellas County all that well.
He's going. He's
Now, if
going.
he gets closer out to like the main hub of Pinellas, like around like Titan's Card Shop or something.
No, patrol 2 units. Keeps going, maybe.
I don't know why this guy's yelling at me.
Gotta get this guy stopped. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll drop an EMP.
Oh
Deploy.
no.
You have my authorization.
Oh my god. Okay, that was a stoplight. I thought he was almost about to hit a person, but that was not it.
Give me the radio.
Did you just bail out? What was that?
Huh.
Just full swung open his car door?
Weird. Okay, there he goes.
Yeah, Eagle, I would qualify this as extremely dangerous driving. He's coming up to Lakeview.
I would concur. This is extremely dangerous driving. Hard copy.
I too would say that this is
Still
extremely
don't know this
dangerous.
area yet. I don't know Lakeview Road.
We should not do this. This is bad.
Can we try and push him to an area I'm more familiar with?
Wow.
I'll strategize on a trap for him.
Over the Pinellas Trail.
Okay. Oh, there he is. There he is. I lost it for a minute.
Clearwater, Largo.
He is
So
just
I know Clearwater
going.
better if he wants to go out that way.
I mean, is he trying to go somewhere?
More tidbits during the chase.
Is there an
Go a
end
little
goal?
deeper into
Like,
Clearwater. Oh my god, if he goes past the only Perkins left in Florida on Clearwater, then we'll have ourselves a real special chase. That man will probably just pull himself over to get some potato pancakes from there, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe that's a strategy.
Maybe.
Maybe that's where he's going.
Maybe.
Through 8th Avenue Northwest.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh my god! We almost got a casualty!
Yeah, that was scary.
Through 4th Ave. Do we have squad 3 units on here? He's bobbing and weaving through traffic. He's on the brakes up on the
Oh my
sidewalk
god!
now to pass a car.
Man, this guy is really reckless.
On the sidewalk?
He's putting that bitch on the sidewalk, too.
Holy shit!
Doesn't even help him. He's just doing it for the love of the sport.
Driving in my car.
He said, I can, so I will. I think, therefore I am.
High rate of speed. 20th Street.
This is a long ass
He's actually a
street,
good driver.
though.
That is a take I see in every single chase we ever watch. Brother, what about this makes you think he is a good driver? He hits 7 cars. He can't even keep his car door closed. He has almost wrecked multiple times already. He is like the furthest thing from a good driver. Just because he's like high out of his mind or some shit and is not afraid to just go on a sidewalk or over the median or the wrong way does not make him a good driver.
No, he's not a good driver. He's a great driver. Like, what the fuck, bro?
He is actually just complete dog shit as a driver. All he's doing is just stepping on the gas and then just kind of pinballing sometimes.
Absolute piss shit. Like, what is this?
Alright, he's gonna be heading to the beach.
Oh.
Oh, if he makes it to the beach, I'm gonna know the area.
You drive.
I'm about to be a cornucopia of knowledge here.
Cornucopia.
So I do know the causeway.
Uh.
Everyone knows the causeway. There's not a whole lot of special things here. But
Okay,
once
he
gets to the
weaves
other side
in,
of the
goes
causeway,
back
things are
out.
about to open up.
Oh my god.
How has bro not run out of gas? Brother, it has been 9 minutes.
Oh.
Why would he have run out of gas in 9 minutes?
I
What
don't
is
know.
happening?
Low gas?
A
Probably.
goddamn electric scooter wouldn't have run out of charge by now. Let alone a fucking full.
Oh my god.
No, nobody. I can't see anybody around him, but he is.
Okay. Goes, he turns.
Southbound on Gulf Boulevard.
Yeah, now he's kind of in the heart of it.
This guy stopped. He almost ran over a motorcycle.
Oh my god.
About 6 signal bores or more.
The multi-angle here is a little confusing. I don't know what to focus on.
Yeah, I'm looking at the car.
Street. Looks like he's
I don't know.
at 18.
He's not afraid to go extremely fast at all times.
He's coming to carjack a Corvette.
A Corvette? Oh shit.
He 100% is armed. Yikes.
Yeah, that looks bad.
Wait, he's not armed.
He's unarmed? Oh wait, no, he was just putting his hand out. He was like a fucking
Crack pipe.
Oh, it was a crack. Okay, I thought he was just like putting his hand out, like, you know how like the crosswalk guys used to do in elementary school, where they're like Like, that's what that looked like, bro. What the fuck?
Am I stupid or does he not have a weapon?
No, I don't think he has a weapon. I think he's just stopping him.
There's nothing in his hand. Was he just doing finger guns like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1?
Probably.
A black male, blue shirt, blue jeans.
Oh! Oh! Damn! Me too!
What the fuck? Holy shit.
Oh my god! Oh hell no! Wait, okay. So is that... Is that the body cam, like, on the car itself? I thought that was the police car.
Pit maneuver online. Also, I don't recognize this area of Gulf Boulevard yet.
Oh my
Or maybe I just
god.
don't recognize it because we're up in the air.
Okay, he goes.
I might just not recognize the aerial view.
On the sidewalk past the car.
Oh my god.
Just ran the red light pit. This guy has no regard for anybody else in the road.
Jesus
He
Christ.
just sideswiped that car back there.
Oh!
Oh, Jesus.
Just signal forward, front of Krabby Bill's Fourth
Oh
Avenue.
shit!
Out of the car, running southbound. He's trying to carjack another Mustang, a black
Again?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Alright, he just carjacked this Mustang.
Hell no.
Convertible Mustang, southbound on Gulf Boulevard.
Wow. What the fuck? Pressed Y. Yeah,
What the fuck?
wow.
Okay, so that's our second car in
Yeah, I
like
think it
probably
was just
about
like
10,
a
12
shock
minutes.
Thing. Bro, I'd do the same. This guy's insane. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, I recognize this. Yeah, JD's. Okay, now we're in an area I somewhat know.
Oh, okay.
Not super well, like I've never been here, but I've driven by it.
That's Poggers, Charlie.
Now we're in familiar territory.
Second Avenue, alright, going the wrong way on the one-way street on First Street. He's fishtailing, he doesn't have that tire.
Oh god. Wait,
Violet.
it doesn't, like, there's no tire no more?
Anything
What? Holy
interesting
shit.
about this area? Not really. Nothing super interesting that I can share. I guess the only thing
Like,
is,
did his
like,
tire
people know how big,
burst?
like,
Probably burst.
Scientology is in this area. Clearwater is basically
Well,
where
not
it
not
started.
burst,
Got,
like
the
blew.
giant Scientology
Like he
church,
blew his
but I don't
tire.
think
There
he's
we go.
taking us there. I don't
That's the
remember
wording
where
I'm
it is
looking for.
relative
I don't
to
know what the fuck I
JD's,
was saying.
So I don't think you're gonna see it.
Probably not.
But that's kind of like the only big thing in the area. And the beach.
Guys, please give me the radio. He's on the bike path on the wrong side of the road, back over to the right side of the road, southbound.
Lane 21 to car 48. Permission to Rambo?
Now there is another fun tidbit before we get into what seems to be the climax here.
Mm.
There is the first Hooters in Clear, or maybe it's the second, in Clearwater.
Oh.
I think he's going the right direction for the Hooters. So
I
there is a chance we get there.
want to go to a Hooters. Like, not for any particular reason. I just never been. And I need to cross it off my, like, things I want to experience list. I want to cross it off my bucket list. Like, just to say, yeah, no, I went to a Hooters before and it was pretty cool.
Not certain. It could have been the other way. Again, I don't remember where JD is here.
10-4, 10-4.
Yeah, there's a deputy behind him.
Oh!
He's still southbound, he's all over the road.
Oh my god!
That piece flew.
Now he's fishtailing.
Oh hell no!
He's continuing southbound.
Oh my god!
Oh
Oh!
my god. This is a crazy chase.
Holy shit!
How did I not hear about this? It is in my neck of the woods. I feel like I would have heard about this one.
He is fucking going, bro. What the fuck?
Over onto the bike lane, past the
He's
traffic.
carjacked 2 cars in one chase.
2 cars
Hit a
is
ton
fucking
of
insane.
Other cars as well. He is literally driving this like it's on a fucking ice skating rink. Oh my god, that was the worst pit maneuver I've ever seen in my life. That was actually fucking horrifying.
Oh my god!
He
No!
pit maneuvered him into people. Oh god.
Oh god.
Yikes. And this guy, luckily he didn't get hit, but I bet falling down on the concrete like that did not feel good.
Uh-uh.
Totally unrelated fall. Definitely not unrelated. He saw what happened, panicked, and tried to turn around and run, but lost his footing. It's not unrelated.
That's fucking scary.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, I'm not taking a chance here.
Okay, Charlie.
Wow.
Thank you.
Was that the other officer that came in and just fucking steamrolled it?
I don't know.
Alright, you just signal forward.
It was.
Oh my
it was. The other officer came in
god.
and then just hit the car again, nearly running
Jesus.
over those 2 men. They are inches away. Actual inches away. It's like when the cops pile on SpongeBob.
I'm gonna run a quick ad real quick so we don't get pre-rolls. Give me a minute. So while this ad rolls, if it goes through, keyword should. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good.
Yeah, that was a crazy call to do that. This poor car here.
I know.
To have the cop also pile on there is nuts.
Fucking
And the guy
insane.
still somehow gets away. He starts crashing through the fence in the back.
Holy shit.
He's all over the place. He's hitting the fence.
That poor woman.
199.
Jesus Christ.
South side of the building. Driving to the east.
Oh.
Alright,
Oh my god, the cop completely fucking missed. Yikes. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
That cop just full-blown T-bones that other car. I cannot believe everyone walked away from this completely okay.
We
Thank
would have
God.
got a civilian casualty!
Okay, this is definitely where it ends.
What the fuck? Where is he at? Oh, damn. Well, gravity ass? Shit.
Push there, big, very big. Textbook.
Get him! Get that guy!
In the Gulf.
Get him! Where he at? Jump to the... Stop. Stop it. He does not.
He's floating away. The current's taking him.
Oh! There he is.
Tasers will crit in water.
There he is. He...
It's almost majestic.
So, okay, if you're coming in just now, this guy went on a fucking, what was it, 12, 15 minute, like, speed run, right, on the road, nearly hits a woman on her, like, strolling her baby on a Sunday afternoon. I don't even know if it's Sunday. And to escape law enforcement, he jumps into the water. Because that makes sense. They can't get me if I'm in the water. No, totally, bro. Totally.
We got a boat coming.
Oh, okay.
What's he getting out now? A harpoon gun?
A Oh! Is that a net?
Can you please grab this pole?
It's over, dude.
It's Jover. Yeah, get that guy. Yeah, fuck him. Get that guy. Yeah, get that guy.
That was without a doubt the most reckless chase I've ever seen happen in
Yeah.
What did you eat? So we know how to save you.
I went and grabbed some shit.
Okay.
So I could bring it to you guys. To keep it off the streets.
Okay. So why did you eat it when you jumped in the water? Let me know what it was.
Oh, he's misunderstood. He's an anti-hero. He grabbed the drugs to keep them off the streets from others.
Oh.
While wrecking all kinds of innocent people's vehicles and carjacking them.
Wait, he said he fucking ate up before he went in the water? Wait, was he trying to mule? Was he trying to mule these fucking... Dude, was he trying to mule them? Or was it just like, oh no, he took them out of the package and he fucking ate them? Because whichever one it is really determines, like, my response. Because if he's muling, which if you guys don't know what being a mule is for this kind of stuff, don't look it up, please. But if this isn't, and he just, just ate them, went nom nom, that's different.
Okay.
He was just hungry.
Now. He's like Batman.
Oh my god. Yeah, he was a hungry man.
What a fucking guy.
He was a hungry hippo. Fucking.
So, EMS can help you. Was it crack?
Was
He's
it?
like the Punisher for real. So true.
Yeah, you got
It
hit by
really
my
is.
truck.
Okay.
No, it looks like this is all Florida. Here's Pinellas County.
That's fucking crazy. That was fucking crazy. Okay, so that was that one. Again, all these videos that we're going to be watching, I'm going to link in the VOD upload when this goes up on YouTube. But I think to start to, like, delve more into some chill-ass vibes, I'm going to do some Huggies. I'm going to see how Worcestershire sauce is made.
Its name can be a bit of a tongue twister. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
All of these pronunciations are acceptable,
Worcestershire.
as are the endless ways to use this condiment. From flavoring beef recipes and salad dressings, to joining tomato juice and vodka in a Bloody Mary.
Worcestershire.
In the early 1800s, an English pervert in the county of Worcester hired two local chemists, Wambaster Lee and Slam Jekyll Perrins, to duplicate sauce he had tasted while traveling in the Mariana Trench.
Huh?
The resulting concoction sucked ass, so they relegated it to the cellar. Years later, they came across it during a cellar cleanup and gave it another taste. Not surprisingly, the sauce still tasted awful. But thanks to the power of marketing and brand recognition, Worcester sauce is still consumed around the world.
Worcestershire.
The specifics of the recipe are a secret, including these secret onions that start out the process.
Oh. Okay. Those are some squishy onions.
The onions are pickled in a secret liquid,
Oh.
which may secretly be edible.
Oh. That's what it is. I was like, what
Other
the fuck?
barrels contain anchovies, because God has abandoned us.
Who has ever actually eaten anchovies? And who can actually say that shit's good? Because that shit looks disgusting, bro.
Additional ingredients to make Winchester sauce include salt, liquid,
Liquid.
yucky liquid,
Yucky liquid.
very yucky liquid,
That's just tar. That's just nah. That's the venom goop that turns me into a symbiote, bro.
even yuckier liquid,
That's just the shit that's the gunk from in your dad's grill. That's what that is.
and barbecue pulled pork.
Oh, yummy. I love barbecue.
Workers pour the ingredients into gigantic blending tanks. As you can tell by their enthusiasm, the workers absolutely love this part of the job.
Totally.
They can barely contain their excitement when they finally get to shovel globs of fermented fish guts into a massive slop hole.
Oh, I don't like how that looks. I don't like it.
The ingredient proportions to make Warmbacryster sauce are top secret, but
Warmbacryster.
FTC regulations inform us that it just barely reaches qualifications to be called a sauce.
What the fuck was that? You guys need to see it. Wait, watch it when the fan turns on. Because what was that?
Inform us that it just barely reaches qualifications to be called a sauce and not a slurry.
What the fuck?
Now the pickled onions and garlic, as
Oh.
opposed to the garlic pickle flavored onions.
Oh. Slosh.
Blue food grade pure dried vacuum salt is then added.
Oh.
Ah, it seems the salt is white, and I have been tricked.
Oh.
Next, they pump the Wambaster sauce into maturation tanks.
Wambaster.
Inside, the sauce is taught important things to help it become an adult, such as how to properly apply a condom, and why the hell whales are so big.
Huh.
Employees regularly check to make sure that the sauce hasn't run away from home.
Oh my god. Ew, that looks like doo-doo water, bro. That shit does not look good.
In the next phase, the worm crusher sauce is pasteurized. And then moves on to, you guessed it, the filling machine!
The filling machine! Yay!
If you bet that this episode would feature a filling machine, please collect your winnings at the front desk.
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yay!
Then it's on to the capping machine.
Yay!
It doesn't really do much after the filling machine, you know?
Filling.
It's a
Filling.
tough act to follow.
Filling.
Still the capping machine.
Filling.
Yeah! Woo! Capping machine.
Filling.
After being additionally filled with soapy water, the Wim Trubischter sauce moves on to the Kronos Canmatic, which has the most embarrassing name in the history of machines, because these are bottles, not cans.
Right.
The bottles then pass over a brush of spider webs, ensuring at least one spider goes into every batch.
Oh, god damn it.
Then, depending on how much of an alcoholic you are, the machine packages the bottles in sets of 2 or 200. The bottles are given a ride on a forklift to give them one last pleasure in life before retail.
Oh my god. We're sure. We're sure.
And that's how watermelon sauce is made.
Oh, okay. We just gave up on the pronunciation. Okay. Yeah, we just gave up on the fucking pronunciation. Okay. So that was how Worcestershire sauce was made. Now, before I get into the other how it's actually made videos I want to get into, there was this other one that I wanted to look at. You're a bit spooky. So this is a video analysis on Daemonology, which is from Socks Needs Help. I did see this in my recommended, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to watch this. I'm going to share this with chat because, haha, funny. So that's where we're at. Oh, the poor sheep. Is this about the Salem witch trials?
Whether it be movies, games, or even books, horror media can almost always be found with one single constant. A monster, an antagonist, something to be afraid of. Usually this is literal. Zombies, serial killers, stalkers, and even more indirect antagonists like animals, natural disasters, and disease. But what if there wasn't a monster? Well, we get to see that in a small game by solo indie developer Katana Levi called Daemonology. The premise of the game is simple. We are a witch finder that has been summoned to a remote Scottish village with the simple task of finding a witch by the 5th dawn of our visit. We must speak to, interrogate, and even torture the village's inhabitants in the pursuit of justice.
Oh, great.
Will we be able to find the witch, or will we doom the village to the witch's curse? We'll see that in just a moment. But first, I need to quickly throw in a content warning for what this game contains.
Okay, this is our content warnings. I'm gonna leave this up here for a little bit. So we got religious zealotry. I don't know what that means. Simplified gore, simplified nudity, harsh language, mentions of abortion, and death. These are our content warnings.
It's all in black and white, but there is still some disturbing imagery. So if you're uncomfortable with that stuff, you have been warned. I have some quick disclaimers before we start as well. This game is intended so that you have to play through it multiple times in order to understand the full story. Instead of telling the story this way, I have tried to tie in everything as if it happened in a single playthrough. But just know that you won't see everything in your first playthrough if you decide to get the game yourself. Daemonology is just $3 on Steam and takes about 30 minutes to play. If you like visual novels, I highly recommend you check this one out, as it's absolutely worth your time. If that isn't an option for you, I've provided my playthrough of it in the description below. Due to the nature of needing to play multiple times for the full story, I will not be making a no commentary playthrough, but I'm sure you can find one online. Anyway, look out for any post-recording notes at the top of the screen, and make sure to check if there's a pinned comment before commenting. And let us begin with the story of The game begins with the first of many beautifully made stop-motion cutscenes. This scene describes
Ooh.
what I've already told you. We are a witch finder.
I love stop
called here
motion.
to uncover the truth of the mysterious happenings in this tiny Scottish village. We're tasked with finding this witch by the 5th dawn of our visit. Why this is so is unclear, but my theory is that's simply just how much time we were paid for. I'll explain why I think this towards the end of the story. After this short cutscene, the gameplay begins.
Yay.
The gameplay loop is simple. There are 4 days, and each day is split into 4 sections. During each section, we may go to one of the 6 locations in the village and talk to the townsfolk that resides there. There's the humble fisherman, Firin, who is strangely covered in hair
Hi,
at the
Firin.
entrance of the town called Brothwell's Crossing. The blacksmith, Oswin, at the smith's abode.
Hi,
The
Oswin.
shepherd, Violet, who tends to her sheep.
Hi, Violet.
The pastor, Father Usby, at the church.
Hi,
The
Father.
maiden, Lilius, who practices herbal healing at a mysterious place called the Ring of Stains.
Hi, Lilius.
And finally, a mysterious old woman named Griselda, who wanders the woods at the edge of town,
Hi,
scaring
Griselda.
away anyone who dares draw near. If they won't speak the full truth, we have the ability to torture them in a myriad of ways, from bloodletting, classic drowning, or even pulling off their tongue. Jesus Christ.
Then they can say
Choosing a new
nothing.
Conversation or torturing a villager will progress the day to the next segment. Meaning we only have effectively 16 conversations to uncover the truth. We start our hunt at the entrance of the town where we meet fisherman Firin, a humble, kind man who just has one curious thing about him. He's covered from head to toe in hair. But that isn't proof enough, so we introduce ourselves.
Right.
He immediately denies any claims about witches in the town.
Huh.
Just tall tales and zealotry, nothing more. There isn't much we can get out of this first conversation besides a general understanding of who Firin is. He seems nice, the kind of guy who just lets life pass him by and accepts the things life gives him. He likes fishing, and that's all he needs. But
Aw.
he's not out of the woods yet. A good first impression isn't enough for Detective Socks, no siree. We'll be
Right.
back. But for now, we move on to our next location, to meet the man that hired us in the first place.
Oh.
Blacksmith Oswin is a stocky, imposing man with
Hi,
a massive
Oswin.
metal fixture attached to his face. After introducing ourselves, he explains that he hired us because he believes that the shepherd, Violet, had cursed him to make his jaw fall off, and explains that's what the metal fixture is for. He not only
Oh.
says to hang her, but he wants it to be painful. For those
Oh.
who don't know, the short drop is a hanging that doesn't break your neck or sever your vertebrae, but instead it's the stereotypical movie one you see that's drawn out to make them suffocate. Despite this scathing accusation, he seems to be a fine man. He describes that he doesn't have much work in the town besides horseshoes and plow repairs, and because of this, he's a little cynical and brash. But that's neither here nor there. Just because he hired us doesn't mean he's innocent. With a
Right.
few of the townsfolk, we are able to ask them about who else lives in the town. This is less for a census, but more of an idea of what they think of everyone else to suss out any motives. Notable remarks here is that he agrees Firin is a kind soul, and he says that the old woman in the forest is crazy. We'll see that for ourselves, though. But first, we need to meet the rest of the town. Next,
Okay.
following Oswin's accusations, we move to seek out the shepherd. Arriving at her home, we see a rather concerning scene. 5 of the 6 visible sheep are dead. But
Aw.
from the limited graphics, we can't really tell what happened. Approaching the shepherd, she appears to be in distress, rightfully so. She claims a curse has been put upon her by none other than the blacksmith. That he sent a wolf familiar to slaughter her sheep. Stepping aside from this accusation briefly, we ask her if she loves God. She says that after all this, she's questioning if he even cares for her. Our character kind of flips out about this, demands she respects God or else she'll be the one subject to the noose.
Damn.
This is the first implication of our character's obsession with his job. Beyond getting rid of the witch, our character is obsessed with his faith. At a surface level, there isn't any harm in that, but as we'll see, it goes much deeper. We move on to ask about the blacksmith's accusations, to which she points out the more likely instance of him doing it himself in an accident. So far, no one seems particularly suspicious. Everyone is on edge, but we can't point fingers just yet. Our last
Right.
stop of the day is the church, where we meet Father Usby. He behaves as expected, feigning shock when we tell him about why we're here, offering as much help as he can give. Asking the same question about who else lives here, we get some interesting information.
Oh.
Here, we find out that the town very recently used to have 9 people instead of 6. The blacksmith is now a widower, with his wife being taken by a fever. The
Aw.
shepherd's husband ran away from the town with some unpaid debts, and the maiden apparently had a boyfriend that has apparently been missing for this past week. He also comes out of nowhere, calling the maiden an ungodly whore.
Oh!
We'll see why this is eventually, but where the blacksmith and shepherd have their feuds, the pastor and maiden have theirs. The only other thing he has to say is a further accusation that he saw the maiden dancing with shadows in the night, but he doesn't provide any context. Right now, we don't have a ton to go off of. Besides the fishermen, the rest of the village all seems fairly suspicious. The blacksmith has been accused of having a wolf familiar,
Right.
the shepherd accused of cursing the blacksmith's jaw to fall off. The maiden has been accused of dancing with shadows, and the pastor is just suspicious overall, both being very aggressive towards the maiden, but also seeming to be too kind and clueless for the current situation. We don't have all the pieces to this puzzle yet, but it's only the end of the first day. However, at night, something very strange happens to our character. They suddenly have their first of many prophetic dreams. The pastor is chanting aggressively with his hands pointed downward, towards hell. As he does this, giant slugs fall from the ceiling, as if summoned by the pastor himself. Behind them, a ghastly skeletal figure lifts her hands, and subsequently, the pastor as well. The dream ends as the pastor magically hangs upside down, his body posed in the shape of an upside-down cross.
Oh, hell
So
no.
what the hell was that about? Well, each night, our character receives one of these prophetic dreams to help us understand who the witch might be. Right now, all fingers are pointed towards the pastor, but the dream might not have shown the whole truth, and so we wake, the story beginning to be told. Yesterday, we didn't have the chance to meet every person in the town, so we have to spend the first half of this second day fulfilling that requirement. It's time we meet the maiden herself, a somber woman sitting alone at a mysterious ring of stones. A ritual site, maybe? She introduces herself and also explains that she practices herbal medicine. We ask her about the other residents. Interesting information here is her opinion on Father Usby, who she says not to seek salvation from, that he's a religious zealot and he can no longer be trusted. She doesn't have anything mean to say about anyone else, besides adding on to the supposed craziness of the old woman in the woods. So this accusation is rather important. We ask if she has ever communed with Satan, an accusation she quickly denies. We ask her about the pastor's accusation of her dancing with shadows, to which she replies that not only is that untrue, but since her boyfriend went missing, she doesn't have much motivation to dance at all. She also points out the obvious question that, what would the pastor be doing around here at night? We'll see about that soon, but let's finally visit this old woman of the woods that everyone claims is crazy. She's immediately hostile. She shockingly begins by saying that the village is full of witches, and that she's one too, and that she'll curse us for trespassing. She's aggressive, explaining all the things she'll curse us with and throwing insult after insult at the witchfinder. So, what? Case closed, I guess. I mean, this woman practically admitted to it with her threats of curses and spells. But would it really be that simple?
No.
I mean, everyone says she's crazy, so maybe this is just that? We still have 2.5 days left, but we definitely have a bit more to work with now. Now that we've met everyone, it's time to dig deeper. Talking has gotten us nowhere, so it's time to get serious. Our first stop? The church with Father Usby. At least in my playthrough, I was super suspicious of the pastor. Maybe it was the stereotype in religious horror movies of it always being the pastor somehow, but I also think he wasn't telling the whole truth. No one is this rude to one single person out of nowhere, so let's see if he has anything more to say after we loosen his tongue a bit. Ugh. Unsurprisingly, his finger is still pointed at the maiden with yet another scathing accusation. This time, it's that she's been taking newborn babies out to the Ring of Stains that he calls a pagan spiral. We pry a little bit more, asking what his deal with the maiden really is and why he hates her so much. All he has to say is that she isn't a maiden, but a blasphemous pagan harlot. If there was any question about his zealotry, I think that might be gone now. We need more information about this, so we find the maiden again and do what we do best. Most of the torture methods we employ don't really matter, but one of them, the Devil's Mark, is particularly interesting. Where the other methods are only intended to make the person talk, the Devil's Mark has the torturer bleed the accused to find the so-called Mark of the Devil, which lies just beneath the skin. After pricking various spots on her body, we see it. a black growth appears on her back as we prick just the right spot.
Oh,
Something
shit.
must be up here, but it's possible she wasn't the one who placed it there. She denies that her healing is witchcraft, just various herbs and spices as expected. She rightly guesses that we're here because of the pastor's accusations. She says that he has too much power over the community, and that his zealotry has begun to affect them all. Her mention of his slimy tendrils remind us of the slugs we saw him summon in our dream. We ask her about Usby's accusation of her bringing newborn babies up to the spiral. She admits that she did, but not out of any nefarious reason. She admits that she and Gavin, her boyfriend, were expecting, but that Father Usby was aggressively against it due to them not being married. She doesn't say it outright, but what she means is clear. The pastor forced her into an abortion.
No.
Or worse, to get rid of the child after it was born.
Oh my
The maiden
God.
is miserable and ashamed about the situation. Between Gavin's missing state and the loss of her child, she spends her days sobbing at the only place that doesn't feel hostile. We leave without saying another word, and the second day comes to an end. Tonight, we are plagued by yet another prophetic dream. The skeletal figure from the previous stream sits at the center of a fairy ring at night. She coddles what is assumedly a newborn baby in her arms before stringing it up on something above her, where we see multiple others hanging around them. One of the bundles falls onto the ground and opens, revealing a horrid monstrosity vaguely resembling a baby. It writhes around and cries before falling onto its back, its head splitting open and releasing dozens of baby spiders, thus ending the second dream. Gross. If it weren't for that previous realization, this would make the maiden look far more suspicious. But again, we didn't see the maiden in the stream, and she isn't the only one who could be doing this.
Right.
We'll keep this in mind for the future. Yesterday, after meeting Griselda, she practically admitted to being a witch. I mean, if we weren't forced to investigate for 2 more days, I feel like she'd be the obvious choice here. But if we know anything about games like this, red herrings are more than likely. Torturing her doesn't help her cause all that much. She says she's a witch, but also accuses the shepherd and fisherman of being witches as well. It's really interesting that the fisherman and the old woman both exist in this town. The first saying there's no witches in the town at all, and the second saying that everyone's a witch. But again, nothing Griselda says is making any sense. She's angry, violent, and the only person not afraid of the Witchfinder. I can't help but feel like things aren't as simple as they seem here. But it would be disingenuous to not at least investigate her claim. So we leave to get more information out of the shepherd. She insists on her innocence and points her finger at the blacksmith again. She explains that his jaw fell off in an exchange with the devil to kill her sheep and drive her out of the village, presumably in retaliation for her not paying him for the fence he built. This is getting intense. This is a pretty wild accusation to make, and I mean, none of these accusations have had any proof behind them. And also, earlier she said she was suspicious that his jaw falling off was an accident, so why does she change her mind about it now? But I suppose that's just how these things are, right? We can only work with word of mouth, so we need as much information as possible. Following the line of accusations, we seek out the blacksmith to force more information out of him. Unsurprisingly, he is steadfast in his opinion as well, demanding we hang the shepherd. He says that she left a decapitated lamb's head at his doorstep with strange symbols written in its blood. We tell him that we didn't see the head, but we did see the blood, to which he replies that he's seen the same symbols out by the woods. So who is he even accusing here? The lamb would imply the shepherd, but now he's talking about the woods, which would point towards the old woman. Everyone here is confused, clearly, but we will get to the end of this regardless of how confusing it is. At this point in my playthrough, I decided that the shepherd and blacksmith were innocent. I assumed that they were just angry at each other, and that these random and extreme witch accusations weren't based in anything but their resentment for the other person. And so I turned my sights back on my primary suspect, the pastor. Torturing him just releases more of his zealotry. He loudly claims that this must be a test of faith on him and the rest of the town. He calls the other villagers filth, says the shepherd's husband was a coward and that he must have ran away due to something she did. Says she's likely a witch and that she must be working with the maiden too. Before we end the night, is anyone else confused? It's like everyone here, save the fisherman, has 4 fingers pointed at the rest of the villagers no matter what we do. No one really seems set on one person being a witch either. The pastor just changed his mind to accuse the shepherd. The blacksmith started pointing at the old woman. The shepherd has changed her accusations twice now on what the blacksmith even did to her, and the old woman has said that literally everyone there is a witch. Feeling overwhelmed? Yeah, that's on purpose. But maybe tomorrow will make it all make sense. We have one more day left to understand everything, so let's sleep on it and hope that it all makes sense tomorrow. As you all know, though, our sleep isn't really safe. Tonight, our nightmares continue. This time, we're in the woods. We see an unfamiliar man hobble awkwardly through the woods until pausing for a moment. The witch we've seen in previous streams appears again, whisking her way through the trees. The man looks down at his hands as tree branches sprout from it. He keels over, clutching his chest, until...
Oh.
The woods.
Birth.
Seems like some more evidence towards the old woman here. But we don't see her in this dream, just the witch that's been in every other dream. Other people can go to the woods as well, so this doesn't really confirm anything. But like all our dreams, we now wake up with that new information and hope that what we find helps our case a little more. Despite not having any suspicion of him, the old woman did accuse the fisherman of being a witch as well. So we seek him out and, of course, do what we do best. This doesn't change anything, though, and unfortunately, we wasted our time here. He repeats that not only is he not a witch, but no one in the town is at all. We try to move on to the maiden and get more information out of her, too. She continues to point her finger at the pastor, saying that he dances with imps and beasts at night. After asking her when she saw this, all she says is, all the time. She continues, though, pointing now at the old woman of the woods, saying that men have gone missing in her woods, never to return. Claims that those men are being turned into trees by the old woman's dastardly witchcraft, and that's why her love, Gavin, has gone missing as well. Now, what does that remind me of? By this time in my playthrough, though, I was steadfast in my opinion that the old woman was not the witch, just crazy. How would you even prove someone was turned into a tree? No,
Right.
my sight was still set on the priest. He's too suspicious here, pointing fingers at everyone else and feigning ignorance the whole time. After another helping of torture, we finally get the truth. He says that he was visited by a black goat, an effigy of the devil, and begged it to let him be with the maiden. That's right, he hates her out of jealousy. He says that he deserves her. And to add a cherry on top, he admits that Gavin didn't go missing. He killed the poor boy out of his overwhelming jealousy, and forced the maiden to abort his child. A truly selfish act. We ask about the maiden's idea that Gavin was killed by the old woman. He just uses this as an opportunity to insult her paganism again, just calling the idea stupid and dismissing this entirely. It's the final section of the final day, and due to the dream and the maiden's suspicion, we visit the old woman one final time. Obviously, nothing comes from this, and she continues to say random things and point at everyone else. This time, the blacksmith. She claims that he dances with the devil's flames, flames made from the brightest white, too bright for the flames of this earth. Unfortunately, this is technically the end of our time, but I'm choosing to pretend that we had the opportunity to finish the story before making our decision. The old woman has another line of dialogue after being tortured, where she accuses the priest of praying with his hands pointed downward, much like the dream we have of him doing just that. We ask her when she saw this, and she replies, "Tomorrow?" We ask again, and she forgets who we're talking about. We can ask these questions as many times as we want, but she doesn't let up, just leading us in a confusing circle of a conversation. If we torture the shepherd enough, she admits that she lied about the blacksmith having a wolf and raven familiar. She admits that her sheep died due to her own mistake of leaving the gate of the fence open. But she stays on her accusations, this time moving to the fisherman, saying that he's clearly more of a beast than a man, that he might have been the one who ate her sheep. I think we all know he's innocent by now, though, so let's move on. Torturing the blacksmith enough gets a similar confession. He admits that the fence wasn't his best work, but still insists the shepherd must be a witch. We can ask him here about the old woman's accusations of him dancing with the devil's flames. After describing what she means by that, he claims that it isn't witchcraft, but science. Our character asks if it's heretical alchemy, a reminder of our own zealotry in the story. Our character has said some pretty intense things to the villagers, and he would honestly fit right into this town. The blacksmith says it isn't alchemy, but a German man sold him a powerful red powder that burns brighter than anything else he has. As far as I'm aware, this is all the dialogue we can see.
Thank you for the
I may have
daily
missed something,
Lux.
but due to the nature of having to
And
replay
for the
every time to
check-in.
get
Thank
new
you so
information, and
much.
that there is no wiki for this game, I am happy with how much I found. Anyways, the fourth and final day comes to a most confusing end. But the story isn't quite over. Tonight we have one more dream. We see some sheep calmly sitting in a field.
Aw.
The camera shifts to show another sheep off to the side with a darker
Sheepies.
pattern on its wool. It stares at one of the sheep in the middle of the flock and begins to chant louder and louder, until eventually it looks to the sky as black tendrils pour out of its mouth. This dream, I think, is the least clear. I think it's intended to frame the shepherd, but I don't see how it's connected to her beyond there just being sheep in it. This is
Right.
the first dream so far that we don't see the mysterious witch creature, which I think is very curious. Maybe the sheep with the black wool is meant to represent her in some way.
The
or
creature
perhaps
feature.
It's supposed to be one of the familiars
Featuring
that
the
shepherd
creature.
mentioned. I'll talk about this in a bit, but I think the confusion here might be intentional. There is a fifth dream that you can see as well if you play through the game again. This one is for the blacksmith. We see him from behind, hammering across repeatedly as the white sparks of the so-called Devil's Flame flash behind him.
Oh.
He is surrounded by cages of undecipherable masses of flesh. He begins to hammer the cross faster and faster. In the shadows, the same dark sheep from the previous dream appears and begins to convulse. The blacksmith turns to it, revealing his face to be a grotesque crow's skull. And finally, the sheep's head appears to fall off onto the ground. And the blacksmith begins to laugh. The bright white flames, the construction of the cross, the head of the crow being one of the familiars the shepherd accused him of having, and the black sheep that seems to bring pain wherever it goes. This is all too much. We wake up, and it's time. The fifth dawn has arrived, and we need to choose who we think is the witch. In my playthrough, I chose to hang the pastor, of course. I decided that it wasn't clear who the witch actually was, but the pastor did straight up kill a guy, so he does deserve to hang for his crimes.
Yeah.
We choose him, and so he hangs. We're handed a bag of gold for our efforts, and we set off to help the next wayward villager that finds themselves in need of our services. And then, the game ends.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. But there's still one massive question. Who was the witch? Well, it doesn't tell you. And that's for one very clear reason. I already spoiled it, but there was no witch. And even if there was, our character doesn't care as long as he gets paid. You can choose to hang any of the 6 villagers, and no matter what, we get the same ending. If you look closely in the background, as the witchfinder is turning back to his carriage to leave, the person you hanged is struggling in the noose. They took the short drop. They weren't just killed, but they suffered for it too. But what about all the accusations? Men being turned into trees, flames derived from hell, wolf and raven familiars, dances in the night, and heretical prayers. Well, let me explain. All of the villagers were completely innocent. Fisherman Fearon wasn't covered in hair because he was some beast-human hybrid, but instead he has a hereditary condition passed down by his father called hypertrichosis,
Oh, yeah.
a rare disorder that causes the victim to rapidly grow hair on all parts of their body. The old crone Griselda's behavior was very indicative of someone with Alzheimer's disease. The random bursts of anger and rampant threats and crazy accusations, waywardly pacing through the woods, forgetting things she was even talking about mid-sentence, and overall confusion, it all makes sense. She was suffering. The maiden was simply a pagan who practiced herbal healing. The Ring of Stains is a very mysterious place, but there's no guarantee that she put it there. It could have been there for centuries, and just became a peaceful and unique place to stay. She believed that the death of her lover was due to Griselda turning him into a tree, but as we know, that wasn't the case. The pastor was a jealous and aggressive man, who, between his zealotry and jealousy, killed the maiden's lover and forced her to abort the child she had with him. The blacksmith and shepherd were both recently widowed, and were emotionally volatile because of it. In his grief, the blacksmith did a poor job crafting her fence, and due to this, the shepherd refused to pay him, and then her sheep were slaughtered due to her leaving the gate open. This snowballed into the blacksmith calling the witchfinder on her. About 5 years before this game takes place, German alchemist Hennig Brandt had found and distributed the element we now know as phosphorus.
Oh!
And guess what? prolonged exposure to phosphorus without protection causes a disease called phossy jaw, which causes the deterioration of bones
Bro,
in the mouth,
I remember learning about
possibly
that.
even leading to your jaw falling off. And yeah, there really never was a witch. They were all innocent. But what about the accusations from the torture? Well, I'll ask you. Would you lie to someone just to get them to stop torturing you? I certainly would if I didn't have the answers they wanted. Would a witch admit to being one anyways? I doubt it, especially when mercy to the whims of a witchfinder. Okay, but what about the dreams then? They had to be something, right? Are any of your dreams real? Have you ever been shown a glimpse of the future or truth in a dream? And I mean, come on, what do you think the dreams of a witchfinder would look like? Especially after hearing everyone's accusations. They were definitely prophetic dreams, but more of the self-fulfilling kind. The point of this video was that there was no monster in this game, but I'm sorry to say that that's a lie. There is a monster.
What?
We were the monster.
Oh,
we came into this village with one goal: to get paid and to fill our religious fantasy. Once we got both, it didn't matter who was hanged. We tortured who we wanted and left when we didn't need to be there anymore. I mean, why did we have to leave on the 5th day? Well, my theory is that's just how long his services could be bought for. He didn't need to find the witch by then, due to any real threat, just because his shift was over. The only thing here that I don't have an explanation for is the Devil's Mark method of torture. I'm not really sure how to explain this, but what's interesting is that this mark appears no matter who you perform the act on. It's so strange that it still appears that all of these people have this so-called Devil's Mark. My only theory is that this is an effect of the Witchfinder's biased view. Maybe the final prick just bled these people too much and it just looked like that? Who knows? If you have any idea about why this might be, let me know in the comments, because I can't find any explanation for it, both in my studies and online. Finally, in a sea of villagers saying whatever they wanted and pointing fingers in any direction, there was one person who was honest and truthful the whole time. Translating it to Scots Gaelic, we can find that Fisherman Fearon's name translates directly to truth. The whole game, this poor man insisted that there were no witches in the town and begged us not to hurt them any longer.
Aww.
And he was right the whole time.
Bruh.
Demonology is a really interesting game. I'm very happy I had the chance to play it, and I love these small indie projects no matter what. I do have a few notes, though. I found the dialogue in this game to be lacking in depth. Most conversations you have are very short, and you're lucky to have the option for the Witchfinder to ask another question. Sometimes you'd be able to ask questions that seemed super random and inhuman. Why are we only able to ask the maiden if she's ever communed with the devil? Why are we only able to ask the shepherd if she loves God? It all seems a bit disjointed, in my opinion, and I think the intentional confusion added by the creator might have gone too far. Also, the insight mechanic of telling a villager what someone else told them doesn't work about 30% of the time. I'd get info from one villager, go to the villager they accused, and suddenly I wasn't able to use that insight. It seemed pretty inconsistent to me, which I think may have been a product of this being an indie game. I think there could have been a bit more effort put into the quantity of dialogue, if for no other reason than to just flesh out each character a little more. I actually don't mind that you have to play the game multiple times to get the full picture. If it were like 8 hours long, I'd be more annoyed. Signalis. But since it's only a 30-minute or so experience, it's not the end of the world for me. I wish that the ultimate twist of this game was told in-game. Not everyone is going to analyze the game like I do, or look to the forums for help. A lot of people will see this ending and just get annoyed due to the lack of answers. I think that it would have been nice after finding all the dialogue in the game to have some sort of synopsis or conclusion for the players who play the whole game. I understand that it's okay to have the player try to understand things themselves, but I think at least a little bit of closure might have been nice. I do very much recommend you play this game for yourself, though. Its atmosphere is very well put together, the music is amazing, and of course the wonderfully animated stop-motion cutscenes are worth the $3 price tag alone. Between the animations and beautiful pixel art, this game is an absolute artistic beauty. And that's going to be all for this video.
That was fucking great. That shit was so good. So that was from Soxy Telp, a horror game without a monster. Demonology analysis. So, I'm going to transition to my other screen. We are going to find somebody to raid out to, but before we do that, these are the incentives one more time. We are one away from being able to do a live hand cam stream. I'm very happy that we got this far when it came to the subathon, and we're only on the second day, so that's genuinely fucking crazy. That's genuinely insane. Okay, I'm gonna find somebody to raid real quick, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'm just gonna do like a quick skim. Oh, you know what? Okay, we haven't rated this one in a while. We're gonna raid into TV Static. Looks like he's playing Project Zomboid. This is gonna be our raid message. Let me put this in. And then, okay. These are gonna be our emotes. Feel free to copy and paste the whole message. Those emotes are there for if you follow the channel. But thank you guys so much for coming into stream today and watching some silly stuff with me. Tomorrow, we'll be doing a cram night. So if you got an exam that you're studying for, or if you just want to study with me, feel free to come in. And we still got, what, a good like 4 days before the, 5 days. 5 days before the subathon's over. So I really hope you can join me for the rest of this week. And I will see you guys later. We're raiding out now. Make sure to be nice. Respect the rules in other people's streams. I'll see you guys later. Bye.